Smack that. Give me some more. Smack that. Do you get more? Smack that. Oh.
Today, you will address me as Sebastiano.
There's no reason, there's no excuse, there's no age, no nothing. There's no reason for you to be doing monkey chants at somebody.
Talk about
Like we
Chelsea.
say in my country.
Kendrick is walking off right now.
No way.
For the people listening,
No
Kendrick.
way.
Even losing the ball, the way they see it is that you're taking food from the kid's mouth.
Oh yeah.
I think what would be really cool is a Milan Derby in the semifinals. That would be crazy.
Smack that. Give me some more. Smack that. Do you get more? Smack that. Oh.
That is not yours. I love to you, sir.
A lot of things.
That's on.
Wow.
I still do.
When that song come out? I said, was you alive when that song came out?
That's OD if you weren't.
No, it was probably 07.
Really?
I don't think so.
It was probably 07.
Nah. We gotta look this up.
Yeah, you was alive, bro. 03, right?
2006.
Wow, that's the first stop in my life.
Wait. I have a great question. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Okay, so Seb.
Yeah.
Who was like the first artist that got you into music and like what was their, where were they in their career? Because if you say like Drake type shit,
The first
if you're like 10, he's already 2013. That's like nothing was the same. Imagine that.
J. Cole, probably.
Okay. What age? He was already on his way.
I mean, 2000. The first time I ever was the iPod Shuffle.
Yeah.
2009, 10.
He was
Oh,
alive.
so you got in early. Okay, that's valid.
You're a fucking.
You got in
baby,
very early.
bro.
I was a child. My uncle's playlist of J. Cole, literally Crooked Smile over and over again.
Bro, that's 2011.
2011.
You not listen to who that?
Come on.
Who that?
The
Who
come
that?
up, the
That's
warm
me.
up, Friday Night Lights.
Trust.
Oh my God. All right.
Shout out J. Cole. So I'm in Philly.
Shall we?
We shall.
Yeah. 5ASIDE podcast, footy discussions from our perspective and our perspective only. And today you are joined by
Sebastian.
Kendrick.
Elisha.
Gabriel.
Josh.
Yes,
Yes,
and
sir.
we appreciate y'all so much for joining us for episode 24 of 5ASIDE podcast. Whether you're tuning in on
Kobe.
YouTube, listening on Spotify
Kobe,
or
yeah.
Apple Podcasts, we appreciate y'all so much for chilling with us, for rocking with the 5ASIDE boys, spending your precious times with us this week. First of all, announcements and just shout outs real quick. Big shout out to Valencia. We just did the Valencia kit photo shoot last week, and that went
Valencia did.
exceptionally well. Yeah,
Bueno,
big shout out to
bueno.
Valencia.
Bueno.
Also,
Muy bien.
speaking of kids, shout
Yeah.
out to Rum and Beer Football.
Come on, let me
going
show that
into
real
their
quick.
6th season right now. You know what I'm saying?
Wavy
The
footy.
Wavy footy kit.
Or that wavy on
Facts.
the back, which means wave in Spanish.
Facts.
and
Yes,
wavy,
sir.
you know
Yes, sir.
Get
No,
your money up, not your funny up.
You don't know.
Shout out Brooklyn.
what
for
happened to this
real.
dude? I'm gonna put that for context. I'm gonna put it. He used to say that thing, right?
Who?
Get your money up, not your funny up.
Go ahead, bro.
Y'all don't remember
I
that?
know what you're talking about. I know what
Yeah,
you're
you think
I feel like I've seen him.
old ass sticker,
Here.
bro.
We're the same age, bro.
Anyways, we
Josh on
appreciate y'all.
Brooklyn.
We appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. This week,
Oh.
we're gonna get started with we talking about a lot of things. First of all, racism seems to be a hot topic of discussion in football right
Caucasian
now.
outside right now.
It's crazy.
Caucasian
bro.
going
Caucasus
crazy.
For
Mountains.
so many reasons.
White boy summer, you know?
For
White boy
so
summer?
many reasons. But also, in direct football related news, we're talking about the first leg of the quarterfinals of the Champions League. The winners, the losers. Who's gonna move through? Not
There's
gonna
no
move
winners
through.
and losers.
Seb's funny.
Yikes.
There are winners and there are many losers.
There are many
Yeah.
losers.
Seb's funny.
You
White boy
happen-
summer still got me.
You
back.
happen to be one of them.
Ooh.
There are no
Please.
winners and losers in this game.
Yo.
There's only competition and grit.
Only competition and grit. That's
Only
cute, bro.
competition is grit. Let's talk about competition and grit. Okay, between Benfica losing and Inter. Inter won 2-0. Who had grit in competition in that matchup?
I don't know.
Since there's no winners and
He's
losers.
like, the fans won. Oh my God.
Honestly,
bro.
both sides even showing up to a game of this.
Yo.
Fuck is
A game
Alright,
of this
give us the breakdown, please. Please.
Oh my God.
Honestly, the fact that they even got onto the field is really just an accomplishment
It
in of itself.
shows their passion and love for the game, you know?
What else are we talking about?
2-0. 2-0
Let's get
Inter
to the
Milan
game,
versus
man.
Benfica.
Yo.
Lukaku back to scoring. He scored a penalty, but
Gee.
after what we're gonna get into the whole racism stuff that
Yeah.
happened before. But let's actually talk about the game. Any surprises? Any
Can I actually
Yeah,
just,
go
I
ahead.
would like to just introduce myself today as my alter ego.
oh my God.
Let's get this. I like
What?
this.
Sebastiano?
You know? So normally, I talk like this, and I'm from DC, whatever, Sebastian. But today, You will address me as Sebastiano,
Okay.
and so we will be speaking like this today.
I'm upset.
I will have to defend my country's racism, and so we
I
will
automatically don't like you because
yes,
of the
we will see how that goes. But yes, Inter, yes, they won 2-0. So no, good win for Italy, yes, and very shameful for Portugal as a neighboring country. So
Oh my God.
good things, only good things. Yes.
Wait,
Look at Syria.
you say you're gonna defend your country today?
I will attempt. Yes.
All right, let's.
I'm very
Let's
scared.
try.
But first, let's set the scene.
Lukaku's
First, let's set the scene.
Set the scene.
So my boy Lukaku, Big Rom, ex-Chelsea player.
Yes.
He suffered from racist chants.
Suffering is a strong word, but
Suffered from racist chants coming from the crowd. People were making monkey noises at him.
yes.
Doing all types of crazy stuff. He scored a penalty to win the match for his team, and he celebrated by silencing the crowd and saluting. And the referee gave him his second yellow card of the match, basically for over celebrating, and he was ejected from the match. And so there's been a lot of discourse around whether or not the referee was in the right to give him a yellow card for that. Discourse around whether the fans should be punished for their racist chants. And yeah, it's just a big topic in football at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't have put that better myself. And so it begs or it brings up the conversation of what actually needs to be done for things like this to stop, and for the fans to feel like there's actually there's a danger in doing monkey chants or yelling out racial slurs against a player or a coach or anybody else in football. Like what? Because we speak a lot of times of, this needs to stop. We need to do something about it. Some change needs to happen. But what are some, in you guys' opinion, some actual actionable steps for this not
Punishments
to happen again?
Legit punishments for the people who are doing it.
What
and for
type
the
of
teams.
punishments?
So,
Teams should drop
Like if
points.
you, let's say
Yeah.
you're like the president of Serie A,
yeah,
what do you do?
I'd have to think it through. But if it's a person who you can, for instance, by video identify who clearly, factually committed the racist act, they should be banned for life from the stadium, in my opinion. There's no reason, there's no excuse, there's no age, no nothing. There's no reason for you to be doing monkey chants at somebody or saying the N-word or whatever slurs they got, Munyani, whatever the fuck they be saying in Italy, bro. Like, nah. Lifetime ban. And then if you get to a point where you can't control the fans, you remove the fans from the stadium, make that team play without their home support.
Facts.
Because if you can actually have the team be punished, these sick racist people, they care more about their team than anything. Now the team doesn't have their fans to play from, they don't have a home field advantage. And if it just keeps going, point deduction.
Yeah.
They'll get those fans to act right real quick if you actually put some punishment like that. But if you just do this, we feel bad for Lukaku, a hashtag, no one cares. Say no to racism t-shirt doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Hashtag before a game doesn't mean anything. You need legit punishments that affect the team so the fans will shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And this goes way beyond sport, and we'll talk about that too.
What are you gonna say? Because I was gonna say that I like the idea of a point deduction, because a lot of times when things like this happen, it seems like if you hit them where it hurts, which is usually their pockets, then that's how you get organizations.
Fines too,
or
good call.
leagues. Like
Yeah.
fines are cool,
Yeah.
but I feel like because there's so much money involved, that whatever fine they decide probably won't actually put a dent in their pockets. So I think the point
Depends how
deduction.
big it is.
Yeah,
Some of
but
these teams don't have the money that we think they do nowadays,
True.
at least with the financial crisis.
but I
in
think
Europe.
the point deduction is even better.
Yeah.
But there's like an untapped resource that I feel like a lot of teams and leagues in football don't use, is their players' influence. Like I've said so many times, bro, like, do you know the power that some of these players hold over their fan base? Like having certain players be able to speak to their fans directly, like black or white, especially the white players. If you had certain, just like you can take the time and have the fans come in when a new player is in and the stadium is packed and they're, clapping, and they'll go to your trainings and all that. People will show up. People will show up to hear what the players have to say. And if you have not just the black players, because it's very easy for them to do that, right? But if you have a Man City or something, you have a player like Kevin De Bruyne step up and speak to the fans. Here's the situation. Here's why this is wrong. I would be okay with a back and forth between the fans. If you're gonna tell me why you're doing this and why you may not like these people or whatever. Let that be the conversation at least, you know? Because if you're, like, I would say if you're, if people are hearing you out and you're hearing yourself say certain things out loud, I'm willing to bet, especially if you're speaking to somebody that you respect, they're gonna start looking at themselves like mid-sentence, like, what am I talking about here? Like, why do I feel this feeling of hate and disdain for this race or this group of people? So I think if there's a conversation between the fans and somebody that they look up to, which is a player, then I think that could be like at least a new option and an alternative to just like you said, hashtags and slogans or whatever.
I have some stuff for that, but you got it, bro.
No, for sure, bro. So just to bring up the fact you talking about allyship,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Are you saying this is during the match or another time? In terms of speaking to the fans, I'm just trying to get the context.
Yeah, no, not when it happened. I'm saying before the fact, before the incidents.
Okay. So you're saying just in general.
Yeah.
Like a random Wednesday.
Yeah.
After training, fans come through.
Yeah.
A panel.
Even, I think even, bro, go live, invite fans, like have.
You know what
like,
the problem is?
Whatever, it's accessible.
They're not gonna they're not gonna put their face on camera talking about being openly racist against a certain group of people, because then the team actually has to ban that person. So you're saying like Kevin De Bruyne talking to the fans about why they don't like black people. They're not gonna actually do that. And a lot of the time is this racism, they don't think is racism. To them, it's like, oh, well, you're just doing it because, you know, we say something mean towards everyone, and because he's black, we happen to choose this style.
Yeah, but I think
so they're not gonna.
For me, it's
I just
like,
don't think that would.
For me, it's like we could hash out the details and the means and how the conversation is actually gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I think the concept just of the influence that the players hold can actually like bring certain change.
Yeah.
But
I think one thing that's been missing from this whole dialogue is the role that the media plays in all this. Because like a big thing that we've all talked about and we all know about is like the difference in the way that the media talks about black athletes and white athletes. There was a study on the World Cup in 2018 that showed out of the 281 praise comments about visibly black players, 69% of them focused on their physique. When it came to white players, 47 of it was based on their learned attributes, their character, their cognition. And so part of it is like the media talks about black players, about their strength, their pace, everything physical.
Yeah.
But they talk about white players in terms of them being smart, being, you know, team leaders.
Yeah.
And so that impacts the way the fans internalize these players as well. Because now you're looking at a Lukaku and you literally see him as like an animal.
Yeah.
Or like an object that's to be like seen as something that can just run fast and push other people off the ball.
Yeah.
Versus you looking at Kevin De Bruyne and you're like, oh, he's smart, he's analytical, he's scanning on the pitch. Like all of that, the way that the media even talks about players passes down to the way that the fans perceive players and whether or not they actually see them as humans or people worthy of like respect.
Yeah.
A big thing with that too is lifestyle, bro. I've seen I forgot what shitty tabloid from the UK did it, but I think they did a comparison between two different Man City youth players that I believe had just turned pro that were both making a lot of money, and how they described the white young player buying a house versus the black one getting a house or a car. Just completely different. One is like, oh, he just cares about the money, he's being flashy, he's wasting his thing. The other one is like, oh, he's kindly purchasing a home for his mother. Like, so the media,
it was something like that back in the days.
They do this with criminals.
With Foden and Sterling.
For those who don't know,
one of the biggest things that came out from Sterling shit.
Yeah.
But like what I was saying about criminals, like there will be mass shooters, people who kill 10 people, literally, like known murders on camera.
They'll show
they
a
might
picture with them in a
describe
suit.
them actually nicer than someone who was unarmed and killed by people who are paid taxpayer money and sworn to protect them. They will more demonize the unarmed person who was killed than the one who committed mass murder. This shit is deep, bro. This ain't fucking sports. Like this is the world. You know?
Absolutely. And
so
why should we defend this?
Yeah, let's go with Tommy's.
You
didn't know it was gonna get serious, bro. You thought I was gonna be laughing.
No,
bro.
so not to defend, but to speak on, perhaps.
Just doubling down.
The accent is so crazy, bro.
So in Italy, there's a lot of, perhaps to offer nuance to the fans who don't, or to our listeners who don't maybe consider some things. In Italy, there is often racism in stadiums. Oftentimes, the racism comes against non-black players from Eastern Europe, Croatians, Balkan players. And when this sort of racism happens, in fact, it happened during a game against Roma this week, in which Mourinho had to stop the fans. This racism is, in fact, never spoken about. When racism against people who are white, uh, I guess it's not racism for America, but in Europe it is considered a different race, and so they are ethnically attacked and abused. When they are discussed in these manners and this sorry, my English is not, but
Oh, the clips, man.
Clips, bro.
this sort of insults are never quite so discussed as insults against players of different colors. So I would ask the question of whether or not some races are perhaps more protected and less protected, and whether or not this also comes into play as to why the fans don't understand why what they do is wrong. Because when a player like Vlahovic, who is from Serbia, or a player like Modric, who is from Croatia, comes to Italy and plays, he is insulted in the same way that the Lukaku is insulted. But there is never any outcry towards that. So I wonder whether or not that is not considered by American media, but is in fact considered in Europe, and what
I
you
think-
guys think of that.
I think
Okay.
that what, and you can expand too.
Yeah.
I feel like we probably gonna go the same way, but the thing is that usually these other races, these other or ethnic
Ethnicities,
groups, white ethnic groups within these countries, don't have systematic oppression. So usually the racism that they face and the prejudice they face is right in front of right in front of their face,
Mhm.
literally, and it's just surface level. It's
Mhm.
very shallow, right? And against black people, they live in societies all over the world where their oppression is way deeper. It's way more ingrained within the fabric of the societies that they live in. Like there are nations all over the world, civilization that have been built on the back of suppressing black people. So I think that there's a lot more history and context to those. The history of the feuds between those ethnic groups is a lot younger and hadn't lasted as long as the from the time of the slave trade until now. So I think that those are not that it doesn't matter, because again prejudice against anyone threatens or gives the opportunity for prejudice against everyone.
Yeah.
But it's different because against black people it's rooted in a lot more oppression. It's rooted, the history is deeper, the history is way more gruesome, it's way more morbid. And yeah, I don't think that it compares. And the problem is with those analogies is, yeah, it acknowledges something that's real. And I do want, if a Modric or Rakitic or something, or a player from the Balkans experience those things, they should speak out. Like they should speak out. And if they have a means of actually stopping those things, we could use it for the agenda that we want to put and the change that we want to make also. So if they have a blueprint to how to stop it, I'll gladly listen, and they should absolutely speak out. But I'm not from where they're from. I can only speak for black people because I can relate to, again, the things that are said against those black players. So I think that that's different. And yeah, I think that like mirrors like a all lives matter type of thing. Because to be like, I'll be completely blunt and raw. Yeah, it happens to them, but like y'all handle that. I'm gonna handle what my people are going through, type of thing. And that's just how I feel about it. Like I don't really have time to be defending them. Y'all defend yourselves, because my people need help. So I'm gonna help them and speak out as much as I can.
Yeah, Norley got a lot to get to, so I don't want to spend too much more time.
Yeah.
But I think one of the biggest things is that it's not a race; it's a nationality. And if Vlahovic could have grown up in Italy, and he would just be Italian because of how he looks. Moise Kean, a black man, family from Ivory Coast, grows up in Italy, will always be seen as a black man, as an African, period. So you're not identifiable by nationality. You can look like whatever, be from a certain country. So that's really just coming from their last name. It's not the same as what Asian players have to go through, like Youngmin Son, or what black players, Lukaku, et cetera, et cetera. And just sheer amount of how much it's happened, we've seen it happen more this aggressive level towards black players. And if it's happening to the Eastern Europeans and they don't care, then that's another thing if they're not speaking up about it. But I think we've seen just way more episodes of racism towards Black people. So
And the last thing, very quickly that I'll say to close that out, if y'all don't have anything else to add, is I shout out to Carlin, shout out to the homie Carlin Jackson that invited me to come to an event of a day of peace in sports at the United Nations headquarters, and it just so happens that who was there speaking on one of the panels, Javier Zanetti, who
Where
is
he
a
from?
former Inter Milan legend,
Baller.
Argentina international,
Boy.
Inter Milan legend, baller, icon. I take nothing, away from him, and he's
I take
currently now,
everything.
and he's
Facts.
currently the vice president of Inter Milan, and he was there speaking. Again, this is
He's
an
VP
event
now.
about the day of peace in sports, and he was specifically asked by the moderator. One of the first questions she asked to him was about racism, and addressing racism in football. And we were listening in because he was speaking in Italian or Spanish. And we were listening in the translators. And he said, he danced around like the merengue. He danced around the question completely and said nothing to address racism when 2 days before the Lukaku incident happened. 2 days. So now this is PR gold. This is even if you don't give a fuck about
You
racism
can
or
at least
about black
act like
people,
you do type shit. Yeah.
do you know how much it takes to not care so much that you get served on a platter
the PR
to
and it's
look
still no
good,
bum ass
right?
nigga, bro.
to look good? Your publicist could not have
Hell no.
set up a better situation.
He's
But for you to
Argentinian.
not
What I
care
tell you
that
about that
much,
history?
to not even say anything
These
about
are
it.
your
It's
peoples.
definitely-
But
He's
Nah,
Argentinian.
Argentinians are
Yeah, but
fake
he's
Italian,
Italian
low-key.
now.
You know that.
Yeah, they are not like us.
He's Italian now.
yo,
They say they're from the boats, but not those boats. That's what Argentinians
oh
say.
my goodness.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's disappointing for real. That's what it is.
But
Yeah, a
yeah,
lot of
I know
funny
we expanded a lot on that, but let's run through the other matches in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. We're talking about Man City 3-0 versus Bayern Munich. And a solid victory for Man City.
More than solid.
New manager for Bayern.
Smoke
Thomas
Your
Tuchel
man's.
started.
Your man's.
Ex-Chelsea
Jesus
manager.
Christ, bro.
He got
Thomas
fired. He
Tuchel.
got fired for a reason, nigga.
You was gassing up this opportunity.
Now he over there stinking up at Bayern.
Stinking.
Yo.
Nah. I feel bad for him though. He's
I don't feel bad.
I don't know
He
what's
just
going
started.
on.
It's not on him at all.
I don't know what's
Bro,
going on.
It's not on
I'm
him at
saying,
all.
He literally first day in office.
Yeah, it's not
It's
on
never
him
gonna
at
be
all.
looked at that way.
But I will say
Football's
this.
Cool.
I'll set this up in a way. One, I watched a press conference that Pep gave before the match. Also, Ruben Diaz gave a press conference and was speaking about the game. And one of the reporters asked him, they said there's so much pace in the Bayern offense. And you guys have faced a lot of criticism for your lack of pace in the defense. Just how do you feel about that? First of all, reporters, why do y'all constantly try to set up questions that y'all know these players are not gonna? What do you want somebody to say in that case? Oh yeah, we're slow and they're fast. Of course he's not gonna say it. So why do you even ask that? What are you exactly
They
expecting?
trying
But
to get something.
his answer was basically just watch the game. And I looked in that man's eyes and I said, Man City is on smoke, because the way he's talking, he's just like, I'm not gonna say no more. Just watch the match.
Yeah.
Now, 3-0.
It's tough.
So,
man. It's tough.
Is this Man City's year? Because they
Not
look
gonna lie,
focused.
They look scary because everybody thought they was gonna lose.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it's not even just the fact that they won, it's the way they smoked them, bro. Like Bayern looked like they didn't know what to do in that
Really?
match. Yes.
I mean, I watched the game. It actually I feel like the score flattered City a bit, to be honest.
I
That's
don't
fair.
know, bro.
Sane
I feel like
had a couple.
Sane was
Sane was the
whipping it.
only one.
But
I
like,
understand that, but he did it like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, Diaz
Nah,
had some
Sane was the
incredible
only
blocks.
one, bro.
Ederson had some really good saves too.
Like, I mean, I
Yeah.
know that generally when we break down games, it's like not too in depth, but like at least for this one, I just want to say like, okay, Diaz's first goal was lucky because Musiala lost the
Yeah.
like it was,
Lucky?
he's very talented and it was a really good shot. So
What?
that is his first
What,
Champions
bro?
League goal
give
for
my
City.
Spanish boy credit. That was Rodri,
That
not
was a
Diaz.
crazy
Sorry, my bad.
goal,
Diaz,
bro.
Rodri,
That was
but
Rodri.
like that goal was amazing. However, that is his first goal for Man City. in
That
the
makes it
Champions League
even
like that.
better, bro.
I agree that it makes it better for the goal, but I do think that that is something that is not normal for him. So Bayern was not preparing for
I
him
was
to
about
take
to
that
say,
shot.
if you
That's
look-
what I mean.
I think what Seb was also pointing out, the fact that he had that much space to take it off that, you never seen Roger hit it off the left like
They
that.
gave
So
they
it's
gave him the space because
you
they're
know what
like,
I'm saying? It's like
he's not
somebody
gonna hit
who's
that.
I mean, I
who's
don't.
not known for
I
shooting
think
the
that
three.
just
You wave
speaks
him
more
off
to the
and
fact
give him
that
credit,
City
yeah.
spazzed on him. I feel like that doesn't that's not a good
let me
point.
let me
for
go through the
Bayern.
goals. So there's that.
Okay.
We can say, okay, yes, that was an amazing shot, and I agree it is. But I also think that it comes with it was a bit of like kind of out of nowhere. So I don't think that Bayern prepared for that, and justifiably so. because
Can't.
It justifiably
When
so.
you
'cause
get
it's
scored
not-
on, you don't prepare for it.
When De Bruyne is
Y'all
there
know
lining
all
up,
about
when De
that.
Bruyne
Y'all
is
know
there
all
lining up
about
that
that.
shot, every center back
Shut
is
the fuck
sprinting at
up.
him. Whereas when that shot is being taken by anyone else, there is less of like a preparedness because Tuchel didn't prepare them
No,
for
I
that.
get what you're saying.
The second goal is a mistake from Upamecano.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was
However,
sticky.
if you look at Pavard, who was just supposed to like open up,
I
every
like
right
this
back just needs to open
analysis.
up. Like when you're playing soccer and you know your personnel, if you have a center back that is there who is talented in terms of his defensive ability but can't bring the ball up, you open up, you come out wide.
Nah,
so like
that was
social
on.
media-
That was
nah,
on.
I disagree.
Bro,
I disagree. Social media was killing Upamecano, and like Pavard needs to know his personnel.
Bro,
you have a center back.
Bro,
that doesn't
you're
take
a
the ball
center
up.
back and you under
Boot the
pressure.
ball out,
Clear
bro.
the ball,
Yeah,
bro.
clear the ball.
Open up. Open
Yo,
up.
for
I disagree.
for the
I fully
starting
disagree with
center
that.
back on Bayern Munich, the
And
best
ball
team
playing
in
player.
Germany,
It doesn't
He's
matter,
not.
bro.
he should know to
It
clear
does
the
matter.
ball.
It does matter.
Defense first as a defender.
Yes.
Safety always.
Yo,
first,
you
bro.
making
'cause at the
crazy
end-
excuses
no, 'cause
right
at the
now.
end of
He
the
had
day,
a
if you
bad
ask
game.
it's not
I
even
like
your
him. He had a
club.
bad game, bro.
here's what I'm.
He had
I
a
feel
bad
really
game.
bad
Here-
for center backs.
Here's
that
the
happen.
context that I'm putting.
Yeah.
Nah,
If
me
you
too.
ask
He
him,
got caught. He
Of
got
course,
caught.
if you
It wasn't
ask
his fault.
him, he's gonna say
He fucked up.
he's
yeah.
gonna say, "Nah, I should have
Of
just
course
cleared
he's
the
gonna
ball."
say that. But if you watch the clip, Pavard is just so like
You
You
gotta
have-
understand
it's
how
three-
in
it's-
depth
no,
their
but listen,
training
listen,
is.
listen,
That's
listen.
the thing. These
it's
are
three
these are
players on the line, though.
fundamentals.
It's three players on the line. You have Upamecano, Grealish, and Pavard, right?
Yes.
All Pavard needs to do is move a little bit to the right so that Upamecano can play the ball out wide.
He forced the
Pavard-
pass, bro.
So are you just-
in a
are you-
dangerous position with a team
We'll
that
put
likes
the-
to press
we can't
high?
put the clip, but if you watch it back, Pavard is motionless, and that is where the breakdown happens.
He's just bringing up the
you.
responsibility
I agree.
in the defensive line.
And at the
So
end of the
he should've
day,
cleared it.
So
Yeah,
basically,
but he should've cleared it.
basically all we're establishing is that Bayern fucked up multiple times.
Yeah.
And City pounced on those opportunities.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
But
what I said.
the-
They smoked them.
dominating them is very different.
I
from
I didn't say they
pouncing.
dominated. I said
Seb
they
is saying-
smoked them.
Seb is saying like Bayern losing 3-0 is off of a lot of their mistakes rather than City just
City's-
played so
exactly,
well that
exactly.
Bayern had no answer to
Uh,
that.
At
I
the
disagree.
highest-
I think that's what
Nah,
Seb was
nah,
trying
Coach
to
Crusty,
say.
I want to hear the analysis
Nah,
from Coach
Jay,
Crusty.
Jay. Nah, I was gonna say
Presented to you by
I didn't watch this game, so I was gonna
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
y'all to explain it. But I will say one thing in terms of just football in general. Fundamentals come before, like, certain situational things. Like Sebastian's bringing up, there's a responsibility in the back line. Communication is a big one. Pavard should have yelled, like, turn this way or whatever. I
Man
said. I
on,
didn't
open up,
see. I didn't
anything,
see the match at
nothing.
all. But the basics are the basics, and that's in every sport.
Yeah.
Safety first, cleared, especially at the back. You don't play with that. And I think one of the things that we're highlighting too is that the highest level in football, the difference between the clubs is it's not much.
Yeah.
Mistakes is what leads to goals. It's not the fact that somebody's actually better. Teams, if you look at the full 11, what's a combined 11 for Bayern and
Yeah,
City? It'll be
so-
pretty
Mhm.
half and half.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think we can ever argue that. Like I don't think there's anyone right now who can argue that Man City is leaps and bounds ahead of
Yeah.
Bayern Munich. But when you combine, we can go back and forth all day long as to like whether or not Man City had that great a game and
Mhm.
Bayern had
3-0?
it's 3-0 at the end of the day.
Yep.
And the mistakes, they add up.
Yep.
And that defines a match. Like you
Yeah.
can say, you could be like Kendrick and talk about all the completed passes all day long, but at the end of the
We'll get
day,
to
if
that.
you lost,
Crying.
you lost.
I caught a straight for
So-
no reason.
But,
Because we're about to
one
get to
question.
you. But speaking of strays, who called the strays
real quick-
afterwards?
Real
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
though, there was a little bit of drama in the locker room.
That's what I'm
we
saying.
don't love to see it. Allegedly. Mane
Allegedly.
and Sane had a fight in the Bayern dressing room after the loss versus Man City.
Mhm.
Mane approached Sane for the way he was speaking and gave him a blow to the lip.
Gave
Other
him two
players had
piece.
to intervene, reports Sports Build.
Pause,
which is that
first of
German
all.
company we were
First
talking about
of all,
last time with the Nagelsmann thing. What happened?
The wording gave. I'm not
What'd it
going to
say?
repeat it.
He said,
Gave him a blow to the lip.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
A blow to the lip.
Wow. They were celebrating?
As
Like,
you
what's
can,
going
as you
on?
can see, this part of the
That doesn't
couch
sound
is
sexual at all,
mad
actually. A blow
childish.
to the lip.
Boing.
That doesn't sound remotely sexual.
Hey, man. Hey.
We got the
We-
pause.
we
We got
know
the
what this
pause
guy doing
police
when
over
he-
Yeah,
Listen,
you and Cameron,
Stone-
nigga. You and
Stone,
Cameron about to
listen.
be in a pause off.
Stone caught it.
Blow
Hey,
to the lip?
Listen, but go on.
That's-
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what's
so
on
how
y'all
do we- how do
brains.
we-
Y'all
how-
are ridiculous.
Okay, so
Personally, I think Mane was probably just hungry. So
yeah, what?
Oh, wait. No.
Come
no,
on,
no,
bro.
no.
Whoa.
Come on, bro.
What does that mean?
Nah, see, that's
listen,
Patreon.
man. As someone that's fasting, when you get as the day goes on and it gets later and later, and something that
Wasn't sundown already happened?
He's saying
Yes,
that he was
however,
just
he eat a lot.
agitated. He wasn't like.
I just don't think it's that big of a deal.
Sundown
Wow.
already happened, bro. You're wilding.
He probably was
Say
hungry.
he thought he. Oh.
That's not that crazy of a sentence. Like players who fast all the time, like state that like their mood and their levels of intensity get higher. So especially if you're angry,
Shit,
after a
Ramadan
loss.
Kareem be balling though.
Yeah, but both
Nah.
it can go both ways.
It's
How do we
also-
feel about that?
The
About,
fight?
like fight, like physical fight. Because I always say that I feel like footballers, like they'll get in front of each other, they'll like touch foreheads or whatever. But most footballers don't. Like they're not gonna throw hands like that. But to know that a player actually, punch another player allegedly, but let's say
Yeah.
it actually happened, especially Sadio Mane.
Yeah.
Is that in a heat of competition, testosterone's,
Are you saying do we agree with that?
fasting hunger? Like, is that acceptable within the
Nah, bro.
context? Because I know
Play's better,
putting your
nigga.
hands on anyone is wrong, but given the context,
Yeah, nah, play better. You ain't do much. Sane was the best player on the pitch. He was the only one getting things done. City kind of did cook them. I kind of agree with Kendrick. Like, City they was moving, bro. Bayern had the ball. It just wasn't scary. Nah, play better,
To
man.
answer your question though, Eli, definitely.
But it
at that-
happens. It happens.
At that level of competition, it's not something that you want to see. But
Mhm.
in locker rooms, people be catching punches, slaps, all that, and it's just the fact that what I'm saying. At the end
this
of the
is
day,
just
too.
one where we hear about.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah. And like,
Sometimes the words are even worse. But go ahead.
Yeah.
no, for
leaked
sure, bro. And then, like sometimes we even forget about the fact that there was this one interview with Callum Hudson-Odoi, HD Cuts, Micah Antonio, I think the Jamaican guy, and he was saying like, yo, even losing the ball, the way they see it is that you're taking food from the kid's mouth.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how long Mane and Sane, Mane joined in the summer,
Just this year.
and he's been a bit injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sane's doing a little homecoming.
Also, the season right now, they lost in the DFB Pokal as well, the German Cup. Champions League's looking scary, and that's really what they play for now. They don't care about Bundesliga, so.
I'll just say-
Somebody said that it was it was revenge for Sane's dagger against Liverpool back in the day.
That was nice. I remember that goal. I was watching that on the Cornell bus going to the city, bro.
Okay,
I remember
okay.
it vividly, 1-0. For
Trying-
sure.
Kendrick
Crazy
was
finish.
saying.
I was just gonna say, this continues the thread of like there's a what's it called? There's a
spy in the camp.
there's a spy in the camp right now.
It's the
because
build.
First we had the
Ooh.
Nagelsmann situation,
same
and somebody was leaking the
platform, build.
tactics.
That posted it.
Really?
It's the same platform that Nagelsmann girl used to work for, X. Actually
posted
built
that
in
leaked
Germany.
it?
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on at Bayern, bro? They got a rap.
Nah.
They got-
why
What
why
if
would
they-
that
speaking
ever
of
go
rap,
out?
The spot is wired.
It depends where.
Y'all
did
seen
they-
the snitch boss from Eric Adams? Y'all need to Google that.
Oh
But go
my-
ahead.
Nah, this guy.
No,
And
yeah,
that-
this mayor is crazy.
that
the
name
snitch
is
bots.
forbidding.
Have you seen it, bro? Google it. We're gonna put a photo of the snitch bots right here in New York City. But go ahead, bro.
It depends. Also, was it in the locker room, the tunnel
Locker room.
locker room. That's interesting, man.
Crazy, right?
Hey, man.
They got
At
somebody.
least that's where it was. It's not like Rudy Gobert
I was about to
punching
say,
homie on the court
That was wild.
openly
bro got
and
sent
mi-
home.
and missed.
Nah, he called him in the chest.
Punch him in the
He
chest.
called him in the
You
chest.
think he wanted to punch him in the chest?
You are
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah,
son.
Like, nah.
Wait, Rudy
bro, that
Gobert was fighting?
Huh?
Rudy Gobert was fighting recently?
You
He-
didn't see
he
it?
punched his
He punched
teammate
his
during
teammate.
a
Hey, my
timeout.
team ain't got to be in the play, and we in the playoffs. But yeah, so we'll
Yeah,
talk basketball. So
But
we'll talk
yeah,
about
I mean,
basketball.
I'm just gonna say
Just me
within
and
the
Josh.
context of
Sure.
a really intense high level competition. Like I get it. It's never okay
Mm.
to hit somebody or put your hands on somebody. I hope that parents, if your kids play sports, that after moments like this, you have a talk with them and let them know, like, hey, don't watch these guys do this and think that this is okay, because
Uncle
a lot of
Eli.
y'all gonna get your asses whooped.
You gonna have a
Trying to-
badass kid,
trying to-
nigga.
yes.
You gonna have a
Trying
badass
to
kid.
slap
I already
somebody.
know.
I would say
But me,
another thing.
no.
You gonna have a badass
What
kid.
Never that. Never. Don't put that on my future seed.
Barnes
bro.
also
Nah.
not-
I'm gonna have
Oh, my
great, respectful,
As long as they
loving-
don't see you playing.
loving
Josh,
kids.
real quick, last thing on Bang.
Nah, even when they see me playing, they're gonna be inspired by the intensity that their pops plays with. That's it.
you got
Go
it.
ahead.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Close this out.
No, yeah, I think it also comes down to the fact if Bayern hasn't been in that position, a lot of just winning mentality and muscle memory within teams is like, okay, we're down, but we can. But if you ain't been 3 down and you going home on that plane to Germany, fuck you, bro.
Nah,
Hey,
that's
Like,
fair.
is that
They're
shit
not
like-
Tuchel,
used to
get
it.
your
I
locker
feel
room
like
together,
shit.
brother.
Yeah, trust.
Get your locker
Oh,
room
he-
together.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
But if you're gonna take the job, you know they brought you there to win the Champions League. That's it.
Nah, for sure.
So
Come
don't
back.
take it if you can't take the smoke, bro. Period.
Bro,
Next.
speaking of smoke,
Poor German.
So are you? Do you want to talk about this? 'Cause I
Kendrick, you
feel
got
like,
it, bro. I ain't got to talk.
I feel like
Your club is
since
a
it's
is
your
a
team.
shitty-
Yo, bro,
shitty
come
club.
Your team?
come defend our club, bro.
What do you?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so
social media,
yeah.
social
For
media.
context, we talk about
You're
Chelsea.
actually a pussy.
We talk about
Like
Chelsea.
we say in my country.
Kendrick is walking off right now.
No way.
For the people listening,
No
Kendrick
way.
is just tagging.
No way.
Kendrick has this
This
tagged
nigga ran
out.
away from the fucking
Kendrick
smoke, bro.
ran
No
away from
way.
the
Do
smoke.
Do you know how crazy this is?
Kendrick ran away
First
from
off,
the
this
smoke.
clip's Seb, you about to kill this clip,
This
bro.
is
This clip's
crazy.
gonna
Oh
be
my
amazing.
god, no, because I had to clip yourself speaking and then Ramadan Karim putting
That
those
is
into your-
crazy.
Yeah.
Kendrick just walked. For the people who are listening right now, Kendrick just walked off the set
He walked
and
off the
tagged
set.
in
threw me in
another
this.
Chelsea
He
fan
threw me in this.
to
Yo, put
defend
the-
him. Chelsea lost.
Unbelievable.
Oh, my
Chelsea
fault, my fault.
lost
Yeah.
2-0 to Real Madrid in the
Yeah.
first leg of
No,
the
first,
quarterfinal of the
introduce-
Champions League. Introduce
Oh,
yourself
yourself,
First,
bro.
and let
okay.
us know.
got
Yeah.
here?
I'm trying to see it right here.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Hi,
yeah.
my name is Takashi. I currently, I used to work at Cleatstagram, but I work with Luke Gare,
Yeah.
Cleat Hunt guy, all that cool stuff.
Fire.
So.
Yes, now speak
From
about
you.
how your club is a shit, please.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think it was obviously tough. I mean, you're in the Bernabeu. I think that was like what I think there's a stat like our third time in the Bernabeu. It's a crazy atmosphere, but last time we were there, 3-2. So I'm not mad, but yeah, I mean, I think the front three, Rodrigo, Vinicius, Benzema, it's hard to compete against that, but Koulibaly, I think, did a great job blocking a lot of them down. First goal, it's tough. I think Kepa, he couldn't really do much with that rebound, but I don't know. I'm not really worried, to be fair.
Nah,
I
but
think
that's-
and this is why, and this
You're
is
not-
why,
you're
and this
not
is why.
worried.
Because I think when Koulibaly was on the pitch,
Yeah.
I mean, I was seeing the times that he just cut off, for example, Rodrigo on runs. I think he was doing a great job. And I told Stone backstage, I said, I think if he didn't go out in the 60th minute, I think it would have ended 1-0.
Okay, so let me walk with me on this imaginary
Yeah.
path that we're going to walk on together. So Chelsea will now lose the next game for sure. This is no question.
And we know that for sure.
For sure.
Aight,
And then
yeah.
once Chelsea loses the next match,
Yeah.
you are now with a squad that is essentially valueless.
Valueless.
Essentially valueless.
Essentially. Aight.
That is
Lot
not
of
pro-
value.
that cannot win against Wolves in Premier League, and Mudryk cannot score goals.
Yeah,
like-
but I mean,
so
yeah.
valueless is the correct word.
Valueless.
Thanks. No,
aight.
we'll go with that
These are
word.
your words. These
Yes,
are your words.
We'll go with my words because
Yeah.
they are correct ones. So valueless, and
Yeah.
then so now you have a team that has spent a lot of money, an owner that
Mhm.
does not understand football at all, who has spent a lot of money and has not had any success. In fact, he has had less success than he had before he arrived. So, in this path that I am speaking on as we walk down together as Chelsea fans, imaginarily, you now have
You're building so much bad karma for
Well-
your team.
well,
You
you're
gonna
not-
get your
I
ass
know
whooped.
when they get when that
your
second
ass-
leg
excuse
comes,
me,
excuse
bring
me,
me,
my
yo,
team
just
won.
You gonna get your ass
make
whooped
sure
next
I'm
round.
back
I'm
here
gonna-
when Napoli
we gonna
clean
put
them up
this-
real quick.
We're gonna put
Make sure I'm back
Barcelona-
here when
Barcelona
Napoli
fans
clean
should
them
not
up real
speak on those
quick.
topics. Thank you.
When Osimhen get healthy again, make sure I'm back
Barcelona
here real
fans
quick.
should not speak on these
Yeah.
things. Thank you.
all right.
They should not. But when you are in the one where the actual competition matters, then you can speak. So in your path,
I'm a host of
That's
the show.
crazy. That's
What you
crazy.
mean?
Everybody gets spoke. My
So
fault.
there
Let's
is
go down
going
the
to be-
road.
there is going to
Yeah.
be no
This is a
incentive
crazy path.
for good
Yeah.
players to ever go to Chelsea ever again.
We're getting
This pass was for-
Nkunku.
This pass
So
was for
you guys
Kendrick.
receive Nkunku in a team that needs tell me what the team needs, because all Chelsea fans know
What I think the team
a
needs.
striker, correct?
Yeah, we need a 9.
How
And
do
we-
you
yeah,
do you attract a striker
Yeah.
if your team cannot perform with every other component and piece? What striker in their right mind would want to join your club?
Striker who wants bread.
Striker that wants bread. I mean, to be fair with you, that's a fact. First of all, but
Name one.
name
good
one striker that wants to come here.
Yes.
To be honest, see, you be getting Lukaku back.
Run
That's
it back,
facts,
Turbo.
but we don't want that. I mean, low key, I think, to be honest,
I
with
think Kendrick
Chelsea,
wants
You
that.
have 20 seconds to name a
take Big
striker
Ron
that
back?
to
would
name a
join
striker in the
He might go
world.
crazy.
Yes. Any
I
striker.
mean,
2019.
you could play Nkunku at the 9, but I
Okay,
don't
he
want
said
him.
Nkunku for striker.
But I don't
Don't do that.
want him at the
Christopher
9. I
don't
want him
wanna
on the
do that,
flank. If
15.
I'm being honest with you,
14.
I like Dacio Fofana. This is like someone that not a lot of people know. I like Dacio Fofana.
I was talking about y'all defender. I was about to die laughing.
Nah, that's crazy. So Dacio Fofana is someone, I think it was Potter's first signing.
Yes.
He's a Ivorian Coast striker. He
Yes.
came out of like the Norwegian Premier League.
I believe I said top striker. You
top
said
striker.
Norwegian. Okay.
But
Can
I'm
we
saying
get to the
personally,
point?
but this is what I'm saying.
Yes.
I don't think we gotta go abroad for a striker. I think we need one, yes. But I think that right now, I think you're right. I don't think there are a lot of people or strikers that are looking at Chelsea and they're scared of the number 9 curse and all that stuff.
Yes.
I think that that's a real thing. Although I hope it's not true, but I can acknowledge that. But I do think that we do have a lot of good 9s.
Don't give him nothing. He doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
I'm not giving.
But I think
taking
we do
anything.
got. I think we do got a couple. What Broja's gonna come back. I liked Broja last season. I thought that he was promising. Yeah, no, it's not like a big name striker, but I think that right now we got the pieces around. I think that we could build a homegrown talent for a 9. So
Homegrown.
I don't know.
100 million homegrown.
Hey
from
man,
Ukraine.
y'all better pay. You better
How do
pay.
It's gonna be.
How do you
it's gonna be-
feel, bro?
Yeah.
How do you
This
feel?
is- he just-
How do you
yeah.
feel? You just laugh.
Not me,
Nah,
yeah,
you
yeah,
just
get it,
laugh,
bro.
bro. You just laugh. That's nuts. You just laugh. Thank you, Takashi. Yeah,
That's the
man,
point
we
being.
appreciate you, bro.
That's a smelly jersey,
My
bro.
God.
Point being,
Do you respect yourself right now?
point being,
Yes.
we went down 2-0. Chili's out. That's all right. Bernabeu is a tough place to play
It is.
after coming off a tough loss. But guess what? We back to the bridge. What happened the last time I said we back to the bridge? We won.
I hope you win. Because fuck
That's all
Madrid.
I gotta say.
I hope you win.
That's all I gotta say.
I definitely hope you win, but somehow Karim Benzema gets better during Ramadan. I don't understand it.
Ramadan Karim, bro. Come on.
Ramadan. Kareem is a thing.
I'll say this. I think Lampard's, this is a new task for him. He's got a whole new team. Nah, let me finish.
Oh my.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Lampard being the coach.
I'm gonna
that's
speak
all.
tactically. I'm gonna speak
That
tactically
shit
for a
is
second.
fake as fuck.
I'm gonna speak tactically for a second. I think what he tried to do today was beat Real on the wings. Because what he did with putting Sterling and Felix up top was basically like put these two on an island and pray to God that Chile and Reese could like run shit on the wings. But what ended up happening is Real just kept putting the ball to Vinny and Rodrigo, which forced Chile and Reese to play defense OD. And so if you rewatch the highlights, the whole time Chelsea's just trying to get the ball up, like boot the ball up, but there's no wingers up there because Reese and Chile are back there fighting for their lives.
Yeah.
So I think tactically, like if you watch the first 10 minutes of that match, Chelsea was pressing. Like we had shots on targets, we almost had a goal. Like, and it's because Reese and Chile were way up the pitch. And so the system was working. But after Real started moving quick and started pressing, we were park the bus for like 70 minutes. So
Survival mode.
I will say like Lampard tried something, it didn't work. I think going back to the bridge, we switch it up, we adjust, and we come out with a 3-0 victory, 3-2 on aggregate.
The only
When our commander-in-chief said we win it 3-0, he meant the second leg.
Who's your commander in chief?
Todd.
Here we go.
No, he did.
Here we go.
That's
all I'm saying is,
before we get lost in this, that's all I gotta say.
yeah, I don't think it was a horrible performance from Chelsea. It's just you talk so much smack. This is why
Kendrick.
I'm not done
this
yet.
is how it is.
I'm not done yet.
I know you're not too.
What?
Hey,
who's
talk
that,
it.
who's, who's
Hey.
that footballer that said, I think we ain't done yet?
Oh my God. The thing is,
I think we ain't done yet.
I'm not understanding though, because you walked off and you got tagged out.
Yeah, I wanted my man to talk his shit. This is the first time I got some support.
But yeah, man,
I'm not afraid of y'all niggas, man.
We gonna see
you
where we
not even
get.
in Champions
Yo.
League. You not even in Champions
Can
League.
I say something to the audience? My team, wait. My team won 2-0, and we've been talking about Chelsea for 10 minutes.
Your
Yeah,
team is
'cause
good. We
I
don't
mean,
need
that's
Yo.
expected. Yeah, that's expected.
Everybody's
dog.
going, yo.
Like y'all win, all right. That's expected. That y'all
Yo,
win all the
we don't
time.
care.
You
What's
win all the
going
time.
on?
You win all the time. All I'm gonna say is hold on. I need this to hold on. Time out. I'm a host on this show. I am part of 5ASIDE and I support Barcelona. We know I'm not in Champions League right now. I'm gonna need y'all to stop gaslighting me. Stop trying to
It's not gaslighting,
Stop
it's
trying
true.
to. No,
It's
you're trying to alienate me. Okay, is that how you say it?
Alienate.
This is not. Yeah. English is not my first language. I'm gonna say it. I try my best. But
Yo.
yeah. Anyways, we know that. That don't mean that my opinion is not valid. I will talk.
Alienate.
Elliot.
I like that. Alienate.
Yeah. Anyways.
Nah, it's a fact. It's a
Yeah,
fact.
y'all
Though. But
won.
bro, listen, just don't even give them. You see me? You don't give them the time of day.
You're gonna win the league. It's good. You're good.
Y'all got that. Can I talk real quick though? Can I get
How
talk?
is that an insult?
Can I get some facts? I'm just gonna get facts.
Some facts.
I'm just gonna get facts. So Benzema now has 14 goals in his last 9 UCL knockout stage matches,
Jesus.
which is absurd.
It's nice.
That's crazy numbers.
That's a scary name.
He's a top 3 all-time scorer, I believe now, passing. I think he already passed Lewandowski. It's just him, Messi, Ronaldo at the top. His last 11 goals have all been against Prem teams. We're talking Liverpool. We're talking Chelsea multiple times. We're talking Man City. Absolute. But I mean, it just doesn't matter who he's playing against. He's going to score. My boy Asensio scored again off the bench. He's now the UCL player with the most goals ever off the bench. Somebody who was scoring as a 20-year-old in Champions League finals. We built for this. And Vinny alone. This is crazy. Chances created, Vinny, 4. Chelsea as a team, 3. Touches in the opposition box. Vinny alone, 19. Chelsea, 10.
Nah,
He
19
had
is a lot, though.
Reece James looking like a rag doll out there, bro. And I like Reece James.
Who got the red
He
card?
was
He was
cooking
Fofana.
everybody.
He was cooking
Who
Fofana.
got the
And
red card?
Fofana.
Chilwell.
He had your whole team
Chilwell.
looking
Chilwell,
crazy,
right?
bro.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's the same shirt I wore on our very first intro test run, not even episode, where I tried telling y'all Vinny is clearly simply one of the best players in the world.
Nah,
We
he's
had to make it a
scary.
hot take, so I had to say the best player in the
He's
world.
scary. He's scary.
What he's done this season is nothing short of incredible, bro.
Yeah, nah,
He's the best
scary.
player on Real Madrid.
He's scary.
If we don't know what to do, we can say Vinny and Inshallah, and he'll go make some magic happen. He's doing this against Reece. I would have said, I know he's hurt a little bit right now. Best right back in the world. He's done this against Araujo. He's doing this against triple team in La Liga. He's doing this in. It's incredible. Shout out Vinny, bro.
I have before we move on. I have a non-biased question.
Yeah, and I got to shout out Kamavinga too, but go ahead.
Why didn't he get a yellow card for diving in the beginning of that?
Your
Did
left
you watch
hand
it
is
from the beginning?
killing.
I watched, I'd say 85% of the
like,
game. I was
like-
balancing some calls. I was like, actually, I was watching the
Okay.
game and waiting to have to give this status report. So I'm like looking back and forth. So in the first half, I mean, he could have gotten yellow for diving.
Did you see it in the beginning of the game?
They don't give a lot of yellows for diving, to be honest.
Okay, fair. But in the I mean, I was feeling some type of way about
You were
this.
baffled?
Because in the beginning of the game, I think it was Reece who like stuck his leg out for a tackle. He got the ball, and Vinny like jumped up in the air as if he got tackled in the box. And so like everybody like stopped for a second because they thought it was a penalty, but then like play just continued.
To that,
They rewind it and like Vinny like just like jumped in the air. I was just like,
I
okay,
mean-
but if there was all that theatrics, like why didn't they give a yellow for diving? And that
That's-
would have changed
yeah.
like how he played.
Not
sure.
really, bro.
that's how you
He's not a left back. Like he's.
I guess my question is, because I saw parts of the game, I haven't watched Champions League much this week. How was the card giving in that match? Because when I saw it,
It
I
was
saw.
hot.
That's what I'm saying. So
Also,
did
if,
that?
if the play wasn't stopped, because when I remember the play didn't stop for that.
Yeah.
So
think
if
it
the play
should've,
didn't,
though.
it should have. But if the play didn't stop, then the ref was never called to check VAR. Then probably another instance happened, and once another instance happened, you can't go back.
For sure.
So
Bro,
that's
there's
probably why.
mad,
Because, like,
mad
it's just like
yellows.
it's
They do
mixed.
not give for
Yeah,
diving.
exactly.
Let's be
Exactly.
very
And
real.
that's
That's
it.
not a consistent call at
I think
all.
that's what happened.
And it's
Well,
also a
you're right,
mood
you're
point.
right.
It
Very
depend-
mood
it dep-
point.
Yeah, it depends on what stage of the game it
I was
is.
about
It
to
depends
say,
on
the earlier it is
stakes,
to
yeah.
that,
I'm just
that
saying.
could have been the reason why I asked about the card giving is that could have been what spurred the ref to now start handing cards because I saw him hand a card to
Yeah.
Kamavinga early,
Yeah.
a yellow that early.
And let me talk about Kamavinga right real quick. Right now, who's playing footy, I want you to name me this season who's been better at the left back position than Eduardo Camavinga, and that's not even his natural position.
Teo Hernandez.
Maybe. Maybe. Just maybe. No, legitimately. Because I don't know if you'll actually watch Eduardo Camavinga play left back. He had, and I'm not trying to give y'all smoke.
Was
I'm
he
not trying to give you
playing?
smoke. He put Rafinha in the gulag, bro. He is a center mid. He's 20 years old. He's playing left back at world class levels. And then he slides into the middle.
Rafinha is still adjusting to playing.
That's fine.
with
He had
Barca.
him in the gulag. Everyone he has to face, he puts in the gulag, and he's a center mid, bro. Camavinga is incredible, and he's
shout out
drippy
to
off the pitch.
Edouard.
He's different. 20 years old, most confident player I've ever seen.
That's your namesake.
What, Eduardo?
Can we
We
speak?
can move on.
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
we
and
speak about my club.
yeah, we're gonna speak about your club. The last
Nobody
thing,
wants to talk about it.
last thing. There was another incident between involving a player, Real Madrid.
Valverde.
You want to talk about it now, or you want to wait?
Back to
Yeah, we could. I mean, we
Wanna
talk
talk about
about
it
Real. Yeah.
So I'll keep it really quick. We played Villarreal in the Copa del Rey, which we're now in the
lost.
final of, because we
Mhm.
beat Barca 4-0 at the Camp Nou in the semifinals.
You beat Villarreal 3-2.
But we
That's
beat
the game-
Villarreal
that's the game
3-2,
we
and
talking
during that
about.
game, allegedly, pretty much confirmed. I'm just saying, we're talking about the competition. We're in the final now. It's great. We're going to win the trophy.
Very sensitive today.
Villarreal, we beat them 3-2. We're down 2-0, came back to win 3-2. But Baena on Villarreal essentially, allegedly, I'm pretty sure he did it. Everyone says he did it. Made a comment towards Fede Valverde about his wife's miscarriage scare, which, if you don't know what that is, that's obviously like when the baby may not be born, which is one of the most traumatic events that can happen in any parent's life, especially a young parent like himself and her. And just like, if you ever want to hear just like really depressing stories, honestly, about people who have gone through that, that's like some very, very serious shit that can fuck up your whole life type thing. And so he made fun of it that time. Fede said, yo, don't say that shit again. We played them in La Liga this weekend, and apparently he said it again. So Fede saw him after the game, give him a little right to the face, and said, yo, don't talk about my family like that. So
That punch was.
and I've never seen so many people be okay with the
And
violence.
that is the correct thing to do.
Yeah.
What was the aftermath? Did he get a ban?
Nah, I think they're going through some investigation, but they're not
The Villarreal.
pressing
He
charges
filed-
or anything.
Police
he filed,
report.
he filed a police report.
I thought he
against,
did.
against
I'm not
Valverde.
gonna lie. I hate when people
Baena?
chat.
I'm sorry, Baena filed a police report?
He filed a police report for assault.
Definitely.
Oh my
That's
God.
hilarious.
That is so foul.
To be, he was assaulted.
He was-
I don't care if you were
But-
assaulted. You don't talk about it.
Yeah, it's not. No.
miscarriage and
It's 100%. If he said what they're saying that he said, it was 1,000% wrong, and he
Yeah.
deserved more than one punch. Like for
And
sure. But
you a pussy for real
Yeah,
to do
but
that
he-
and
yeah.
then file a police report,
yeah,
bro.
exactly.
because it's one of those
That's
things
crazy.
where if it gets out, if he said it and he gets punched and he does nothing, then that's almost him admitting that he actually said it, which is gonna stain him for the rest of his life.
I feel
Because
like-
as a man to speak about something like that and to use it as a weapon against someone else, that's beyond football.
Yeah.
That shows a lot about your character and
Right.
yourself as a human being. So for him to then be like, oh shit, this might actually come out that I am this type of scum, he's gonna have to double down
Exactly, say it.
and if there's no concrete proof that he actually said it except word of mouth, then he's gonna be like, it's my word against y'all's and I'm sticking to my story. So now he to his ego, he's gonna feel like I'm somehow protected and the world really don't think that I'm this when everybody already like thinks that you are who they're saying you are. So it don't matter. Lawsuit or not.
Yeah, I mean it's disappointing, but also that shit, it don't really surprise me because like when people would say that type of shit that knows that they could get hit for, like you know what you're asking for, and so when they do get hit, yeah, they gonna act some type of way. It's no bueno. And there's a reason why Valverde still started this match. Carlos still put him in.
Yep. Balled out, by the way.
Absolutely.
Versatile as they come.
Yeah, and there's a reason why some people also. This is why it's best for people in the public eye to just keep their private life private because you don't want to. Again, you don't know what type of
awful people.
That shit
yeah
leaks,
awful
though.
people are out there. You
That had
don't
to
know who
have
are
leaked
like.
because he ain't tell nobody.
Nah,
You
for
don't know
real.
who your peers are and who's
Yeah.
gonna use what against you. So it's like just keep
man.
keep your private life on
Yeah.
lock
If you can,
and
if you can.
as much as
I
you
mean,
can.
because if you
He didn't
seen
do it-
a couple of seasons ago, or not even a couple, Ronaldo lost his kid,
Yeah.
and there was a whole moment of silence at the stadium.
Yeah,
So if something deserves a moment of silence, you're gonna chat shit on the pitch. Yeah, I'm gonna see
Yeah.
you after, bro.
yeah.
And bro, Fede, we all Madrid fans noticed. Fede was like going through it, bro. He was really struggling. So to use somebody at their lowest point is that's fucked up. And he's a better player than you will ever dream of becoming.
Yeah.
He's already a Champions League winner at what 23, starting on that game, and had the banger assist for the winning goal. Like you can only dream of ever achieving what he's doing, bro.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So
I would just not to play devil's advocate, but I just think it would have been more noble for him to not punch him. Specifically knowing that like there could be an investigation against you that affects your eligibility. It could have if this assault charge goes through and now he has to go to court, that could affect his time with his family. And so like I don't know, for me as a high profile athlete, like I agree, like, you know, if you say something that's harmful, there should be consequences. However, I don't think that like punching, like literally assaulting another player.
man.
I don't think
I
I
go
don't
as
feel
far as saying
That's
I
a fair
think that
it's fair, but I
it's-
don't feel
it's-
I'm even positioned to say that because I can't imagine the hurt he was
Yeah.
going
Just like
through.
we cannot tell
We're-
Valverde, yo, you cannot react.
Yeah,
we're not incoming
I don't think
parents
that's that
and we're not
crazy.
parents now.
I think it is though.
so. It's a big
We're not
ask,
parents, bro. We're not
but I
parents.
think
You
we're not
what?
parents. It's a big ask.
I'm not a parent, but I'm a
To-
human being. And
But
It's
parents do
different.
always say
It's
once
different.
that child comes
It's
out, bro,
different.
your life is changed.
Not even comes out
forever.
once you know that
or even
that's
pregnancy.
like,
yeah,
you're going through that process.
You
I think
can't-
it's a
especially-
big ask.
The last thing I'll say is like the that punch may not even be on his behalf. That punch may be on his
Wifey.
partner's
Nah, I
It
mean,
was,
granted,
but
at the end of the day, yeah, it's like you're thinking of your wife's tears, but I know what you're trying to say is funny because not funny, but look at Zidane and the way
Ironic, yeah.
that, you know,
Materazzi, yeah.
the whole headbutt.
Yeah.
You know, he's still a legend, you know, but that shit happens. And if you play football, you know, people get a little intense on the pitch, right, Eli?
I'm just like,
Get a
I'm
little
just,
Yes.
intense.
I'm
Yes.
just like,
In a perfect world, I get you, bro.
I'm
for
just
sure.
no, not even in a perfect world. I'm just a consequential person.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, what did that actually do?
I think it's a calculated
And
risk.
you're not
and it's,
trying to-
it seems like it's paying
No, it's
off.
like it's like
Yeah.
actually, what
No,
did
yeah.
that do to remedy like the
Type
situation?
shit. You're not trying
To
to get
remedy
drawn.
what?
You're not trying to get drawn
Like,
out
the
either.
way-
That's
the
what
way-
you're saying,
exactly,
bro.
the
Like
way-
this nigga's
the-
trying to draw me out. Like I'm
Exactly.
actually not gonna feed into
He
that.
might have
bullshit.
felt good. You just
mean,
balled out,
no,
won a
I-
Champions League
yeah.
game, going to the semifinals, hopefully. Like,
Objectively, yes, it's always better to take the high road and to
It's not
be
even about
more
the high
no,
road.
and
It's-
to be more no. I'm giving you reason, nigga.
No, I'm saying,
to
but
be
I'm
to be more.
I'm saying it's more than that because it's like it's beyond like moralities and like
He's not trying to be
the high
noble.
road.
Yeah.
I'm actually
It's-
saying like, what
there's-
did that do to remedy anything?
That's what I'm saying. I'm addressing one. The you
Lawyers.
saying it should be
Yeah, right.
noble. Yeah, it's always better technically to take the high road. What I'm saying is I can't even speak on the train of thought to the decision. That's why I wouldn't say you should have done this or you shouldn't have done this. If he
But then-
didn't punch him in the face too, I wouldn't be in a position to say that he should have because again, I'm not a parent. I have not been in a position that he has been with his wife.
yeah.
So I can just accept what he's done if that man felt like that was the right
But then you
decision
can
at
apply
the
that
time.
to anything. You could say, oh, somebody who shot somebody because they disrespected their wife. Like I wasn't in that position, so I can't say anything.
I wasn't. I can't
That's
because I
I
wasn't
think
in
that's
it.
a slippery slope.
You would have to put me in it.
No, I know what you're saying in terms
That's
of.
wild,
but
bro.
I don't want to be in that
You have to
position.
be. You have to be in the situation to be able to.
certain situations.
things, I
yes,
just think
you
so,
have to
yeah.
be. You think about it now, bro. I promise you.
It's when rich
I
people talk about
promise you,
poverty. Like, nigga,
once
you
you're
don't live my life.
once you're in the
Yeah.
process of becoming a parent, you're gonna think differently about that
Of course
situation.
I'll think
I think
differently. I
it's
just
very
think-
easy to say this person should have done this, should have done that when you're not in their mind frame. It's not just again becoming a parent. It's the possibility of probably losing a child. Like these are things that
You're good, bro.
we
You're
have
good.
not
You're
experienced
I
yet.
think
So
one thing
it-
to point out as well too is I don't even think Kendrick himself saying that he won't punch. No one Kendrick for the longest. Kendrick not saying he won't be mad and do that, but he's saying at the end of the day,
Yeah.
what does it bring? So I know what you're trying to
Yeah.
I
say,
appreciate
bro,
you for
but-
bringing that perspective. 'cause
You know,
That's real, but at the same time, I mean, think about inner city crime in general. Like, obviously, people shouldn't be committing the crimes that they do, but think about the situations they're coming from that brings them to that point. But last thing I will say,
very different situation, but
I mean, that's how Republicans talk about it. Like, hey, just put all the guns down, stop doing anything, don't sell any drugs, don't commit any
there's
crimes.
a very
just-
different situation than a footballer making millions.
I'm
of
saying the
dollars.
whole point of someone who hasn't lived through what someone else is and just telling them, hey, don't do that. That's what I'm saying.
No.
I'm not saying that you're doing that. I'm just giving a comparison.
I just think that
of how
that's
people-
a faulty comparison.
Okay, but that's actually what they do.
it's
And they just say, put
But
it down.
I know that's what they do. I
Yeah.
think that's a faulty comparison to this
He
situation.
wants another analogy. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
bro. I'm
I will.
Some
I
people-
will-
we can move
I'll-
on.
I'm
I'll-
talking about human
yeah,
suffering.
yeah.
No,
I'll-
last thing I will say though is that punch ain't just for him; it's for everybody who suffered through miscarriages in their life. So that's for a lot
I
of
mean,
people.
I know people who have suffered through miscarriages, so like I'm not trying to downplay the gravity of it, and that's why I don't think it's fair to associate that analogy with the Republican situation. But we can move on.
I'm not saying
this
you're
is
Republican,
sensitive,
bro.
This is a sensitive topic, so we should
Nah.
move on.
100.
Moving on to Major League Soccer,
Jeez.
and it seems like we're dropping from. Oh, my bad.
That's crazy. You need to let my boy cook. Let my boy cook.
I'm playing.
This is what happens when you
I'm
give us
playing
more
the
than
final
a.
match.
This is what happens when you give us more than an hour.
No, this is what happens when you give Chelsea fans a platform to talk about a loss.
Yeah, I'm
For 20
playing,
minutes.
bro. I'm playing. Final match. The
That
final
was crazy,
match.
right?
The
I'm gonna let that
final
slide.
match.
I'm gonna let that slide.
Y'all
I'm
talking
gonna let
about a
that
loss
slide.
for 20 minutes. You talking about a loss for 20
I'm
minutes.
playing, bro.
Nobody care, bro.
Hey, Sebastiano.
I never
AC
seen nobody talk much
Milan
about a loss.
wins, defeats Napoli 1-0 from that boy Ismael Benacer
Boys, I'm
No,
Milan.
at the
Boys,
San Siro.
I'm Milan.
How's Franz
Hey.
feeling? Talk to Franz, bro.
Awful. Like, I can actually read my little brother, who's a Napoli fan's texts for you all. He's in DC.
How did
right
he
now.
end up that way when you're an AC Milan fan guy?
Probably saw Hamsik's hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sick. Yeah,
Hamsik's hair. Yeah.
He said he's in DC right now. He says, "Don't come home. You're not welcome in this house. I hope you and Brahim choke on a fat piece of bacon." Please
Wow.
never text me again.
That piece of bacon.
He learned
is
it from you.
hilarious.
He learned it
Yo,
from you.
piece of bacon.
My thing about this too is I like to shout out an intro. You tag you in.
Mm.
This the second time you smack them boys in what? How many days?
What, 5 days?
I see you twice in a row and I
Honestly.
do you well.
One more time.
One,
more time.
two.
One more time.
One more time.
Bro,
No, it was
That's
it was a
nice.
great game, and in fact, this is probably one of the first times I'll talk positively about the next match that Milan has. But Osimhen is out, Anguissa is out, Kim Min Jae is out for the next game, so they're like their center of the field is gone. I think what would be really cool is a Milan Derby in the semifinals. That would be crazy.
I'm hyped for that.
That'd be
man.
scary.
That would be crazy. People will lose lives. Talk about the Passion Cup. People will lose lives for a Milan Derby in the
That's
semifinals.
great, bro.
And it guarantees that an Italian will be in the final of the Champions League.
I want to.
That's definitely happening.
I need
Yeah.
it
Because Benfica's done, I
Yeah.
think.
Did you know that the Italian teams have not conceded a single goal aside from this game, of course, because Milan
Yeah, in the knockouts.
Editage.
at all?
Editage.
Actually, a lot of games in general, I haven't seen two teams score. Think about the last
That's
round and
true.
this round. Have two teams scored in a game?
It has been
Maybe
rarer
once.
than it normally. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
There might have been a 3-1, but it's been
Yeah.
very like 2-0, 3-0, 1-0, 0-0. Yeah.
No,
Anyway,
I haven't seen both
I'm
teams score in a
excited for a Milan Derby in the semis.
Oh,
I'm not going to
because of the
speak on
football,
anything.
but-
I'll just say that
It was 1-0 without Victor
1-0 without Victor. Yes,
at the San Siro.
at the San Siro.
So it's all but over.
It is not over at all. I
Not at
fully
all,
agree.
bro. What?
That was a lit picture though
Yeah.
of the celly.
that was a good goal, man.
Niggas was doing somersaults.
I love my
Niggas
team,
was
man.
doing
I love my
backflips.
team. I love my team.
Oh, dude. I need an Italian to win it, man. Get back on top, bro. And the defense is y'all culture. That's the tactics y'all have in that country. So
Yeah, as long as Real don't win it again,
Agreed,
bro,
agreed.
I'm good.
Agreed.
Because at this point, it's come on, bro.
I'm not
Agreed.
going to say a word.
In a perfect world, the final is like Milan, Chelsea. In a perfect world.
It's a smelly ass final.
You heard it here first, folks.
Milan City would be
You
interesting.
know
I
they're
low
gonna
key
shit
want.
on you when your team gets knocked
Milan
out.
in the finals, interesting.
I'm trying to see Milan.
I wouldn't do that to you.
I feel like Milan
Yes, you
Madrid would
for
bring.
the content.
He said, yeah. And he said, I wouldn't do that to you.
heritage.
Y'all got your
Bayern
whole
coming back would be,
narrative,
the
bro.
jokes would be
fucked up.
scary for City, bro.
I mean, I'm
If
not.
Bayern
gonna
come
lie.
back,
It's interesting.
no, the jokes on City will be scary.
It'll
they
be
can't let that
interesting.
happen.
Bayern can't.
Bayern
Bayern
score early. Ooh.
Bayern at
There is
home.
nothing that cannot happen in Germany. There is
No,
not.
no. I know. I'm letting
Yeah.
you know. The Twitter jokes.
Yeah.
If City lose, nah, dog. Y'all low key got to win the whole thing now.
Yo, 3-3 is
low-key
not
need to-
crazy. Losing on penalties is completely doable.
nah, City's they can't lose this, bro.
Son, an early goal and then two goals
No,
in the
they
second
can't.
half.
No. They can lose it. Obviously, they can. I'm
No.
saying,
Like
City,
for
Pep,
Pep's legacy. For Pep's
Y'all-
legacy, it's crazy.
listen,
Yeah.
y'all better not lose that game 3-0 and lose on penalties or 4-0, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, City,
Yeah.
stop.
Shall we move on to the
To
Yeah.
move on,
City, don't lose that game.
we're gonna spin it back to this side of the world in MLS. And first, let's start it with some positive MLS news.
Yes.
Gabriel and I
Yes,
attended
sir.
the NYCFC
Out.
versus Atlanta United match at Yankee Stadium
Outside.
this past weekend. Shout out to EA Sports FC
For sure.
rebranding. You know what I'm saying? Coming out with a new identity, a new game, a new name from the previous one that shall not be mentioned. But yeah, they brought us out, man, and it was a great time. Went out there, had King's treatment, man. It was absolutely incredible.
Bro,
You can-
Eli
you can
did.
attest to
Eli
this.
had me in the suite. I'm sipping rosé. I'm eating shish kebabs for free. This is crazy, bro. What? He said, "Who you know, Eli?" What you mean? What? And
Yo,
I was lit. I was happy as
First
fuck.
time.
In a suite for free? Yeah, don't do that shit, nigga. This is new.
That's
This was
good, that's
great.
good shit, that's good shit.
My film camera broke on the entrance, so I took one photo. It ate the whole roll. Oh, we're done out here. But
Hate the road.
literally, it took one photo. Oh shit! But
So,
that
wait,
was
hold
lit
on.
though.
R.I.P. R.I.P. You got
Yeah.
a new
No,
one?
honestly,
I did,
RIP.
I
That
did.
was a good thing you had.
Bro,
okay.
RIP. Yeah,
You
we're
know
gonna
there's
play
a
some
film
sad
shop?
music, huh?
There's a film shop right up the street.
Oh, I already got the new camera. I'm good.
Don't give
Yeah,
people
yeah.
hints as to where we are, bro.
There's a
Um,
million film shops.
But
We're in
You're
Paris. We're in
right.
Paris.
But actually
We're in
not.
Paris.
in
We
the
just got the new
US.
Cortez.
I was
Actually
gonna ask, what would you
in
rather
Singapore.
be? In
Who
a
would I rather
match?
be?
No, where would you rather be in
Yeah.
a match? In a suite like that, or dead in the middle of like the hardcore supported section?
Depends on the game.
Okay.
Like Real Madrid, I want to be closer to the pitch, more in the fans. But that sort of vibe, I'm trying to be in the suite. And I'm a New York City FC fan, but like just that sort of vibe, regular season,
That's
kind of
fair.
early on. I like the sweet. It was a little
fair.
cold too.
Yeah.
I could always go inside. You know what I'm
great.
saying? Had the private bathroom.
It was
It was
great.
nice. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a nice experience.
Who is the bougiest on the pod?
Bougie in which way?
I don't know.
Ah,
It's definitely
That's-
Gabe.
I'm
Gabe
not
be like,
gonna
Gabe
lie.
be like,
That's
Gabe be like,
crazy.
Gabe be like, I'm sitting out on the balcony. The sun's shining
Yo,
on my
on the
on my
balcony,
skin
damn.
right now.
Yo, it do be shining.
Hey man, light skinned
helpful.
niggas.
Dave
For
had the
sure.
birthday flicks with the face mask and everything, chilling on the couch.
Oh,
You were
facts.
bougie.
Yeah, nah,
bougie,
He's
bougie
definitely a
as hell.
bougie. He's definitely a bougie.
Bougie bad bitch gay for sure.
Facts.
You don't know.
You heard?
Huh?
Bougie bad bitch
He's just
gay.
a nomad.
I am a bad bitch.
Gabe
bro.
is just not Gabe.
call me that in, like, the
Seb
second
is just a
episode.
nomad, but
Yeah.
yeah.
For cheap, but that's the cheapest
is
place in the
it.
world.
Nah, he's just a world
Seb's not
traveler.
bougie. He's
He's
just
just a
like-
world traveler.
I don't think
He didn't do it in a bougie way
Traveling
though.
is
I
not
don't think
bougie.
spending money on travel is bougie.
Yeah, no,
And
not at
so,
all.
like, I mean, do you go to
I
the
don't.
$1,000 a night hotel type vibe? Yeah, so it's not. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have to disclose that.
I don't have that money yet. Soon though.
No shit.
Hey, inshallah.
Hey.
But yeah, man.
Hands out.
Definitely. Speaking of which, speaking of EA Sports FC, we definitely got some dope FIFA content coming out soon.
Yes.
Finally.
Let us know what you want to see.
Finally, let us know. What do y'all want us to do, man? Ultimate
Aside
Team,
from me
career
cooking
mode,
them.
whatever.
Can
it
we
is.
announce the first episode though? Like the little vibe we're gonna do real quick?
a FIFA?
Yeah, it's a 2v2, no?
Yeah. We
All right,
obviously
how
need to
y'all
set it
feeling?
up.
So I'm gonna be hosting it. We got, the day ones, Josh and Kendrick together on a team versus these dudes in the red and black stripes, Seb and Eli.
Oh, it just so happens.
2v2.
Synergy.
We're gonna have pre-match interviews, halftime interviews, post-match interviews. Be a lot of shit talking.
All I gotta say,
Prayers for them.
ask them how many times they lost to us.
Prayers for
A
them.
lot.
We have never played them in our lives.
Please.
What are you talking about? Just lying.
For-
You hear the
For what?
denial?
Lying for what?
You hear the denial? A lot.
Now I'm trying to think about the last duo that beat us though.
I can't think.
Y'all be
of
playing
one.
duos like
At
that?
anything.
First of all, it's weird that you guys play duos often.
Yeah, y'all just,
Is it? That's
y'all,
weird.
yeah,
Is it?
what's going on? Y'all love a two-man. Y'all love a two-man.
Hey, man,
Yeah?
listen,
Huh? Too bad on the sticks, huh?
Woof. My God.
Good. I'm
My
glad.
God.
I'm glad that's what we're up to.
Wow.
All right, next up is
It's not us.
racism in Red Bull.
Oh God. Anyways,
It's not us.
No,
that love the
speechless.
two-man.
Can
If you ask the right person, you
Eli.
might
I don't
find
love
out.
no two-man, bro.
Eli,
I'm good.
it's
I'm
not-
I'm
not-
solo dolo, bro.
it's
I
not
don't know
us.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, this is a new
I don't know
experience
what
for me
you're referring
personally.
to, bro. I don't know what you're referring
This
to.
is
But we're
getting
going to talk
crazy.
about the
Hey,
other
bro.
New York team, New
Listen.
York Red Bulls.
They
Where,
in Jersey though.
yeah, while NYCFC had some, first of all, NYCFC fans go wild. First of all, like the march outside of the stadium beforehand, these dudes are serious. I'm not gonna say too much about
put a
bit of
video.
the experience that I had, but it was both like a good intense, and in certain ways there was a few like on the Patreon, I'll say it, but there was a few questionable actions from some of the fans that don't reflect the club at all, but it just goes to show that there's like a culture building within NYCFC's fan base that's very intense.
Don't them
That I'm
throw-
like,
they
I-
throw
The Bronx,
pigeons,
nigga.
bro.
What's
yeah,
up?
it's the Bronx
Uptown.
energy
It's
for
uptown,
sure.
Yeah.
They
But-
throw pigeons out there, no?
Yeah, I was
a
gonna
little
say
last year.
I have a story about them throwing pigeons
But
during the New York rivalry.
I'm
We'll
not
talk
gonna
about
lie.
that.
If you
Sorry.
if you touching
I'm
pigeons,
gonna
man.
pretend that I'm a foreign viewer and I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You said pigeons?
yeah, so in New York City, in New York City,
No, no, no.
What do you
in
mean
Madrid,
throwing
bro.
pigeons?
in
He
New
just
York
wants
City,
you to
there's a lot of
explain.
pigeons.
So I
Yeah,
thought he was
in
trying
New
to
York, there's
say-
a lot of pigeons.
Maybe a lot of the world doesn't have pigeons. I don't know.
Yeah, could be.
yes.
But
Pigeons
what
are
happened?
pigeons are aliens.
There's no
by the
pigeons in
way.
South Africa.
You were.
Interesting. Pigeons are
Yeah?
weird.
They're aliens.
They might be.
That's another podcast.
Yeah, it is.
But I will tell you now.
We should get into our all of our conspiracy theories. That's Josh.
You don't believe in pigeons?
Where do they stay at, bro? Tell
the
me.
roof, nigga. What you mean?
Where do they stay at?
Have you ever seen a baby
Your crib,
pigeon?
bro.
Have you ever seen a baby
A
pigeon?
baby, like at least one.
Oh fuck.
Yo,
Aliens.
Have you seen a baby pigeon?
Why would the baby just be walking around the street?
It's not about
With
me
the
walking. It's about
pyramid.
being with your
Wait,
moms.
now that's a
What you
dumbass thing.
mean?
They'd be in the,
The
nest for
pigeon-
sure. They'd be in the nest.
exactly.
They'd be in the nest.
Thank
We're
you.
wild. They'd be in
Wait,
the nest.
so
They'd
you
be in the
telling
nest.
me
no pigeon nest in the city, nigga?
that they don't,
Why would
In
I
the
see the nest?
trees.
They're not gonna
Which
nest in the
trees?
middle of the street.
in the trees.
Nah, that's a fact. But hear me
but
out.
they
Hear me
don't
out.
even really be on
Hear me
trees
out.
like that.
Yes, they
Yeah.
do.
Pigeons be in the street, bro.
No, but I'm saying like the
Pigeons
pigeons
be on the
actually
block.
Pigeons are
spend.
pedestrians.
Yo, Kendrick, there's some pigeons that will stay on the corner like niggas.
Yeah,
Post it up.
that has, bro. No,
Post
that's
it up.
facts though. That's
Repping
facts.
the block.
Yeah.
Post it up. What
I'll be
you mean?
scared
And you and your you
They
is not
out there.
around.
They
You-
out there because they trying to feed their kid back
okay,
home.
okay. And my thing is that when
See,
you're
you
growing,
get it, bro. That's what I was trying to say earlier.
when you're-
Josh,
That is insane.
Josh,
That is
I'm
insane.
right here with you, bro.
That is insane.
for me,
I'm
but it's
right
like,
here with
yo,
you, bro.
why don't you see the adolescent?
Yes, yes.
Why don't you see the adolescent growing and learning how to catch food himself?
talking
Now
about
everybody is growing and everybody is just, bro. The aliens.
Cobby.
It's another
Copy.
podcast.
Yo, Patreon.
Aliens.
Yo.
What is happening?
Patreon's coming. It has to.
2-hour podcast every time now, bro.
I love it.
My God.
I love
talk
it. We ain't
about
even
the-
started the
yes,
wine
the
yet. Y'all
final
want some
league?
wine?
So,
Do niggas want some wine?
I'm on. You know
Before
what
you
I'm
finish
saying?
it, the other New York team, New York Red Bulls,
Lord have
New
mercy.
Jersey Red Bulls had a little controversy
We
too.
doing
Set it up
bottle,
for us.
bro.
What happened?
I
thought you wanted some wine.
already, my cup got a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
make
what-
sure you know.
What happened with New
Situate-
York Red Bulls? Or
I
do
got
you
you,
want to
yeah.
set it
I
up
can break it
since
down,
you know?
break it down.
Yeah.
So
Let's talk about more depressing stuff.
yeah, unfortunately. So I would consider him a good friend. Like we grew up together. His father is actually good friends with my mom. Jeremy Ababise. He plays for San Jose. Unfortunately, he suffered again another act of racism. This time in the MLS. So it's like really clear what happened because it was all caught on camera. Like it was zoomed in on them when it happened. But a New York Red Bulls player named Dante Van Zier, who actually I didn't see this reported, but when I looked up his name, he has a history of this. He has done this many times before in his career, at least 3 times.
He's from
in his career.
Belgium.
He's a Belgian
Ban
player.
this nigga, bro. What the fuck?
No, exactly. So the statement released apologizing for the racism from New York Red Bulls was that, which was, immediately released, stated that New York Red Bulls wholeheartedly apologized for the unacceptable events that transpired on Saturday night, and that they said that it doesn't reflect their club. Dante Van Zier said that he'll accept full responsibility for his actions and what he did. While he says he did not intend to cause any harm or offense with his language, he knows that he knows what he did, and he is sorry for what he did. He agrees to any suspension, fine, or counseling that is handed down by the MLS and the club, and he says that he will use the opportunity to better himself and reflect and dedicate on what he did.
Hilarious.
It's jokes, bro.
Timothy Weah called for him to be banned, and I fully agree because he's a player that has a history of it.
History's crazy.
He has a
You have
history-
of
like,
racism
get him out the
openly
league.
on
Get him
the
out the league.
fucking soccer field.
Get him
bro.
out the league.
How does
You
Suarez
can't even hide it.
How does Suarez continuously bite
Yeah.
players? It's because they do it, they get a slap on the wrist, and they
Like-
do it again.
Suarez-
You
that's-
can't even hide the racism on the pitch, bro.
Yeah.
It's that deep. Think about that. No, think about.
Yeah,
Dog.
that's what happens when
Jeremy-
you're protected.
Jeremy said that the
Mhm.
reason why because he was asked, do you want the game to continue or not? The ref asked him, to the ref's credit. Jeremy was like, Dante claimed to not have said it directing towards me. And I think Jeremy was honestly like, in the moment, he like didn't want to be the type of guy. Cause like, I think that's a weird responsibility to put on a player. Like, you just got racially abused. Do you want to stop the game, sir? Like, I think
Ref,
that's-
how about you? Just
I think
stop, just
like
stop.
other people should take that upon themselves to understand that. But
Facts.
He shouldn't be asked. The
I
ref,
agree.
If the ref felt like the
because
game
if you
needed
even
to
have
stop,
to ask,
you
should the
just
game need to stop?
it.
The game
Yeah.
should stop. The game should stop.
Yeah.
If you even have to start asking, should the game stop? The game should stop. If there's ever any doubt that's
How
happening.
abused do you feel right now?
Like, yeah, do you feel abused enough to stop the game in front of all the fans?
do
sir?
you want to run some
Yeah.
more?
Like, you
Let
know,
me stop because it's actually not funny.
Yeah, but
there's humor and sadness, I suppose.
Laugh to keep from crying. That's what they say.
Listen,
Anyway, it's good to report on these things just so
Comedic-
people understand.
it's
yeah,
one of
comedic
those
relief.
things.
It happens in the U.S. too.
Bro, I'll attest to.
I have mad racist stories.
I'll
So
attest to
many.
like a small like experience with New York Red Bulls where there was something that I can't remember specifically to post, but I had posted something that had to do with racism at the time. It's
I
a
feel like I
full
remember
circle
this.
Oh, yeah, I
full
remember.
circle full circle moment of like I posted something, but I just so happened to be wearing a New York Red Bulls
Yeah.
jersey.
Mhm.
And under the post, like the New York Red Bull page
I remember
itself,
saying this. Yeah.
like
I
commented
remember.
something like, but that jersey though. And I'm just like, I'm talking about something serious. I just so happened to have y'all jersey on. Who within y'all social media team felt like it was okay to comment something like this?
A white
Now,
boy.
let's say they just saw it. They didn't really care about what I was talking about. They didn't watch the video. I'll
Right.
give them that leeway, right? But when somebody, a supporter of mine, replied like, "What's wrong with y'all? Like, why would you comment that?" They like doubled down on it, like, "Oh, like relax" or some shit like that. From the New York Red
the
Bulls
New York
page.
Red Bulls Instagram
They
page
moving
said
like
Instagram
five-
page.
They moving like 5-a-side.
They were like, I can't
admin.
like, don't quote me on this specific thing, but it was something along the lines of like oh, relax, like get out of here type of
Get your boy,
thing.
dog.
And like to this day, I still don't know it. I asked, right? I still don't know the specific person who said it, who commented on their page. Nothing happened to them. And it was just again, like when they make these posts saying, this player apologizes, all of that, and this doesn't reflect the club, doesn't it? Because when it happens and it's not in front of the whole world to see, it's not in front of shining lights and cameras, it's very easy for y'all to sweep things under the rug and say, we'll definitely make sure this person doesn't do this again. Who is this person still? They're protected and we still don't know.
Right.
So yeah, I think that it just goes to show that, again, unless they're absolutely forced to, this is why we need Black people in the offices. This is why we need Black people to uphold certain positions within these organizations, because or else you don't have nobody in the back rooms that care about us.
And you ain't know
us.
Yeah. And you ain't know that he did it multiple times before this. When
Yep.
you went to sign the player, that didn't concern you at all.
Yep.
You didn't even check on it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a pretty big thing to have on a player's back.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
I feel like we're aware of like when players have done that, like you kind of know the reputation. So you signed him knowing that. And if you didn't, do your due diligence. Like,
That's a good legal term.
Yes, absolutely.
facts.
Background check, CRB check.
You don't know.
So
Bits of the week?
Yes. We do have to talk about wavy footy.
Could you be more excited?
We do have to talk about, I'm just thinking about time, bro. We do got to talk about wavy footy. You know what I'm saying? The waviest brand to ever exist on the planet.
Very,
Fuck is you
very,
niggas
very,
talking
very,
about?
very.
August 10th, 2018. Me and Josh started something crazy. We're going to talk about the
It's a-
5-side origin story right after
It's
this.
a movement.
But we're going to talk about wavy footy.
Ray Gaddis,
MLS,
man.
Fit to the week. Ray Gaddis got it. And Ray Gaddis be showing love. So shout out Ray Gaddis for
Man.
showing wavy footy and our whole movement love, man.
For sure,
That's
bro.
the homie.
No,
That
it's-
jack is crazy. And he got the fit of the week.
Huh.
I don't know if we got to talk about anything else. Like Ray, that, yo, and Easter, this is the Easter
Mhm.
weekend game. So
Mhm.
to have, we're going to put his fit right here. You see the colors, the pastel.
Yeah, so
That's Easter, bro.
He been
He's
stepping up.
cozy.
This
Nah.
season he coming
And
different
it's,
for
and
sure.
it's menswear too. We see a lot of
No, I'm
streetwear, whatever, but he's
saying.
got the men. That's the grown shit.
Oh,
Nah, he's killing it,
D,
bro.
you know
I'm
what
a
saying?
classic, man.
Nah,
Hold up.
Jeez.
nah, true.
What's Jadena been up to?
Majet
Y'all remember him?
when you look at
Yeah.
me,
I think
I'm
he
a
just-
classic,
I think he just
man.
dropped. Oh
Yeah.
no, he said he stopped music because he fell in love.
He been in
Yeah, he
love.
fell
He
in-
said
he
that
been in
he, you know what I'm
love.
saying, he been focusing up instead of his
Yeah.
career.
That's some shit Drake said. What did Drake say about
I'm
that?
trying to get on that and stop 5-a-side.
Same, bro.
I'm in love and potting like a motherfucker, bro.
You can
Come on, you
also
can do both.
I'm trying to just love.
You
This
could be
is
in
why I'm
love
trying
and
to
do this,
lock y'all into
Wake
a
up-
contract.
wake up and make
before
love.
you- so that you can be obligated, because you say stuff
Contract,
like
contract
this.
don't sound fun, bro.
We need contracts though.
You're trying to fall in love and stop five-a-side.
We're not trying to end up
I'm
like.
not gonna let that happen.
Fair.
So another big thing that happened this week, the English national women's team had a big victory against Brazil in the finalissima. I think they-
bro. Nah, say it right.
What, the finalissima?
Finalissima.
Finalissima.
Good.
I think it
good
was
education of
4-2
Haitian.
on penalties. So another major tournament for them. They looking ahead to the World Cup, trying to win another major tournament. Well, not a major tournament,
No.
another major trophy.
Nah,
It's not a major trophy. It's
All
one
right, so we
game.
could debate that.
nah, but
It's a
like I
Super
think
Cup.
one thing to shout with
Brand new
Brazil.
Super Cup.
It may have value in as history carries, though. It may
Right, but like a Super Cup.
One thing about Brazil,
Brazil.
I mean, I want Martin to be healthy, man. They
Need it.
out. You know what I'm saying? I need the gold in the World Cup, man. So with the World Cup coming up, it's definitely interesting to see teams sorting out.
Yeah.
How was that game for England? I heard they lost the next one against Australia. No?
Yeah,
Yeah.
your girl, Sam Kerr
I
scored.
was about
2-0
to
win for
say,
Australia. Just ended England's
sexy
30-match
little chip.
unbeaten run.
Sexy little chip in the first half.
Best striker in the
Look,
world?
Huh? Best striker in the world.
She might
hands
be.
down.
She actually might be.
And after with Chelsea women's beat Barca, she gonna prove it.
Oh God.
If you want a live watch along, let us know because we might have to make that happen. We might have
Excited
to
to
happen.
see her ball out in the World Cup this summer.
And
As the
Australia-
host nation.
As
Yeah.
the host
as the host
nation,
nation.
Australia hosting.
Yeah.
What it's like 100 days, 99 days to the World Cup.
Mhm.
That's
So,
fuck. That's crazy.
We
Can't
count
wait.
down.
Can't wait.
No, it's gonna be exciting. England had what? It was about 30 games?
30 unbeaten. That's a lot.
It's mad, bro. And we was able to see them in the summer.
Yes, sir.
The World
Box
Cup's
Park.
coming up.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah, and since the World Cup is coming up too, big shout out to Mal Swanson, who could be
Best of
missing.
luck, regardless.
Yeah.
Best of luck recovery.
Potentially
you
could
know.
miss out on the World Cup due to injury. What did she tear?
I believe torn patella,
patella,
which is this bone on the knee. I believe is the same as the kneecap.
painful.
See if I remember my anatomy class, but
Painful.
yeah,
She took it like a warrior, man.
yeah,
she
she's
was
tough.
on that
And she
stretcher.
put the little heart up when she was on the cart. She's a warrior. She's been balling out. I think she scored in 4 straight games earlier this year.
That's a big
She's
loss.
been going crazy.
Yeah, no, it is a
Still
big
a young
loss.
player too. She's not even 25 maybe. So
Uh,
still has a bright future and has already won a World Cup. Played great, but hopefully she can come back. If not, we know you'll be back right after
we
that.
gotta
so.
we gotta win it for her.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
3P is scary.
And
3P is scary if we get that. I hope we do.
just continuing speaking on the World Cup too. This World Cup is bringing 8 newcomers. So Vietnam, Haiti, Morocco, Panama, the Philippines, Portugal, Ireland, and Zambia. This is all their World Cup debut.
I love that.
And specifically for Panama, Portugal, and Vietnam, they've never competed in any FIFA women's competition ever. So for their first competition to be in the World Cup, especially for a country like Portugal, who are always used to seeing on the
In men's, yeah.
it's exciting.
It's very, very exciting.
I feel like, versus like the World Cup, where I think going into it, we kind of only focus on like the big name European countries. This is an opportunity to see some smaller countries that we may not see in the men's side ball out and make a run. So
No
it's
funny.
gonna be exciting.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. All it takes is one example of representation. Like Bunny Shaw, you know what I'm saying, Jamaican national team player. I saw an interview with her a couple years ago, and she was saying about the fact that Jamaica made the World Cup for the first time and how a younger girl just came up to her and was just like, yo, I want to be like you. What was the reason?
So dope.
Yeah, and she said
Beautiful.
the reason was not only just because of how she plays, but you made the World Cup with Jamaica.
sure.
So it's a big moment, man.
Yeah.
And real quick shout out to Portugal.
Mhm.
Them Fitz Walkins, drippy.
Hey,
Especially Jessica Silva. We
Jessica
miss you with the end of
Silva.
yourself, Fitz, man. But
bro, listen.
drippy, drippy, drippy.
She had these one kicks in the end of it. So remember,
Hard. She was one of the best dressed, bro. And the new kids are nice too.
for
but-
sure.
Eli?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I
Nike.
wanted to say one thing. I missed this opportunity when we were talking about NYCFC because they play at Yankee Stadium, which is a baseball stadium.
Uptown.
But I wanted to I'm thinking of baseball and how there's like this reality now with baseball fans that the baseball audience is growing older and older.
Mm,
And baseball, if you haven't watched baseball, like it gets really long sometimes, which could be a little jarring.
'Cause there's no time.
especially nowadays.
Literally.
The attention span for people, period, has gotten shorter and shorter.
fucked, bro.
And I think that eventually, and it's kind of come to that also with football, where people don't really want to watch 90
Games.
minutes
They watch
of
highlights.
football. So to emulate, I think that one of the solutions to make people want to watch football for longer is to change the point system, the scoring system.
What is
So just like in basketball, right?
Nah, wait.
Just like in basketball, no, hold on.
Let him
A
get his clip
regular
off.
point.
Let
Let
him
me
get his
make my
clip off.
point. Let me make my point.
Literally,
Let me
like,
cook.
fuck?
This stick is
A
about to
point-
get canceled.
A point in basketball is 2 points. You score a 3-pointer, it's 3 points, right? I think in football it should be. Because I wrote this down too. I think it should be if a goal is inside the box, it counts as 1 point. If it's outside the box, right, but still within the half, it counts as 2 points. If you score an Olympico, which is a goal straight from the corner, or behind the halfway line, it should be 3 points. I think the more you increase the point system in football, the more entertaining it will be. It'll be closer to like basketball and American
Hey,
football.
man,
They're
I'm
going
not-
to murder you.
I think it'll make it a little bit more entertaining.
Americano.
Just when this clip is
Ama-
made, just put my reaction.
yeah, like
Americ-
y'all consent.
I'm
to
not
be
even
part
gonna respond to
this
this.
No.
I want to be in it. Just know, no.
Put this in it. Americano.
Yeah.
No, actually.
Well, no, listen,
Oh,
man.
Fuck
Hey.
the Americans. Get the fuck out of our sport.
I will say in general.
IT.
I'm bo-
points, right?
I am born and raised in Haiti.
Trust.
Don't put that
nigga.
on us, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if the
Yeah,
Haitians,
get it.
the Haitians didn't claim you on that one.
Born and raised in Haiti,
Don't put
bro.
it on
Well,
us.
and what
Speaking
I'm
of that-
what I'm saying too
Okay.
is that last thing is that what that bro.
What are you about to transition?
it's always
Origin stories.
It's always that people are always so scared of change, bro. Nobody wants it. Passion Cup. You know what I'm saying?
No, stop.
My idea was better than yours.
That-
My idea was better than
Yo,
yours.
niggas like,
Stop while you're
this is
ahead,
the
bro.
universe idea in this humanity.
Stop while you're ahead,
I'm not. I thought it was along the lines
Yo,
because you
niggas
are
hate us,
thinking
bro. This is
about
bad.
new ideas or whatever.
No,
Listen,
you're
at the
valid.
end of the day,
No, hear me
bro,
out.
I stand firmly.
Trust,
I'm not trying to
trust.
get clicks. I'm not trying to clickbait. I genuinely thought about this, and I think it would be a good idea.
Oh, God.
VAR at some point was hated by everybody. Now,
Still is, nigga.
you got- no, it's not.
Still is.
3-point
No, it's
goals.
not. A lot of all y'all teams have benefited in some way, shape, or form from VAR.
Especially yours, nigga.
I'll take it.
Nah,
I'll take it.
One thing that Eli is definitely highlighting is the fact that in other sports, especially American football, you see the score be 14-7, 28-7. That's 3-1, my boy.
Bro,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it is
fucking stupid.
It is.
Nah,
it is.
and
But
so-
why does it? It is. But why do
Yeah,
they
and
perceive
so
it differently?
Entertainment.
Because
Wait,
we're a dumber
Clip
country.
this. Clip this.
Because
in
we're a
15
dumber
years,
country.
In 15 years, when this actually happens, y'all gonna be laughing still? No, you won't. Bro. I need to get
Yeah.
stakes
So
Speaking of steaks,
and shareholders. Yeah, I need to be a shareholder in
I mean-
in FIFA so I could benefit from this idea. But
speaking
yes.
of
Oh, yeah, 28-7 isn't 3-1, by the way. That's what.
Speaking of
4-1.
steaks, a big topic in football right now are all the Muslims around the world who are participating in Ramadan. There's been a big movement in football right now to basically allow footballers to break their fast during a match, stop the match, let people drink, eat. And there's been a lot of pushback, particularly in France. I don't know who wants to give the breakdown of that
Okay.
situation. Basically, people who are against the idea of allowing Muslims to break fast and perform their iftar at the end during a match. So,
You want to bring it up?
yeah.
So essentially, like, if you look at England, if you look at Italy, I think also Spain, I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. But if a match is played and the sun goes down, like a 1 or 2 minute stoppage is held so that a Muslim player that's on the field can like stop eating, break their fast, and carry on with the game. In France, that doesn't happen, and the French league has said that they will not be doing that. Now, the reason that they won't do that is because France is a secular country, which means that they completely do not recognize religion as something that needs to be considered in laws. So, like, in the government, religion is not considered. In like law, religion is not considered. And so essentially France football's position is that a player who is Muslim should not get any benefit should not get any time to like break their fast or get an advantage over any player that isn't Muslim, because that would be unfair and against France's like codes. Doesn't like, it's unnecessary though, because like, one, they get no advantage. They're gonna have like a little snack and it's just a religious thing. And two, the French system in terms of the way that they treat Muslim players is fucked.
it's been fucked too.
Is
This
is
isn't new.
fucked.
This
I don't
is
know if
not
anyone
new.
wants to even bring up the Gaultier stuff,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. There's someone I can transition
Yeah.
into it, but
No, I mean, there's a long history of it, because I remember, I believe I saw an article that was talking about how they used to have a quota to try to limit the amount of black and Muslim
Nah,
players on the French national team
Mbappe, brother,
leading
the-
up to the 1998 World Cup, which
Yeah.
they won their first ever World Cup with a team whose best players were guys like who? Zinedine Zidane, right?
Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, Makelele, Desailly, etc., Thuram, all of that. Black and Muslim players.
Yep.
And now the same sort of comments have come out from Gautier, I believe, in 2021, the former OG Nice coach. But you can talk a little bit more about that. But there's a long history of France trying to suppress the amount of black and Muslim players who have objectively been their best players
Yep.
and got them their 2 World Cups, almost a 3rd World Cup, because they were in a penalty shootout in the 2022 final. And if you see the lineup at the halfway line, every single player was black. And they almost won a 3rd World Cup in what? In our lifetimes, a 3rd World Cup, which is crazy. So you're hustling backwards through your racism.
Yeah. I just think it's ridiculous. Because from my perspective, I don't see what it takes away from the game.
Nothing.
I think if anything, it's an opportunity to highlight the millions of Muslims around the world who literally financially contribute to the sport by either attending matches or giving their viewership.
even aside
so-
from that, it's
and the
just-
players
it's
themselves.
it's the respect
Exactly.
factor.
And let
Like,
everyone
it's-
eat if you want to make it an quote unquote even thing. Let everyone
Yeah.
can take a little snack.
It
Like,
doesn't
who
take
cares?
anything away from the
It
game.
doesn't take away. That's what I'm
And
saying.
whether Muslims were contributing $1 billion or $0 to
Facts.
football, just the fact that they're a part of the game itself should be enough reason to
Yeah.
be like, yo, if this is important to you guys, then we'll accommodate it to the best of our abilities without actually disrupting the game. Because breaking your fast isn't disrupting the game. So
Can I say
Yeah.
something too? They purposely don't schedule games around Christmas time. That's not I mean, it's pretty much a law. I don't think you're allowed to play on Christmas.
Capitalism. What you
You
saying?
know what I'm saying?
I don't know if that's true in France.
They've never played a game on Christmas. Look it up.
I don't think
Genuinely.
there's
The only
anyone-
team that play close to Christmas is England, and they play
Hey.
on Boxing Day.
This guy sent sub to Wikipedia twice now.
No, but like
He sent them to
legitimately
the
though, have you
gulag.
ever watched
Shit, look
a
that
footy?
shit up.
Tell me the footy game
Look
you
that
watched
shit
on
up, sir.
Christmas Day. Tell me the footy game you watched on Christmas Day in Europe.
No.
Why not?
That's a
Because
great
they're
point.
Christian
This
countries.
is a great point. That's a great
Spain and Italy take longer breaks because they're a bit more specifically Catholic than a place
Christianity.
like England that's a bit more Protestant, and they play on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing, bro.
It's interesting.
But then you're saying religion's not supposed to affect the sport.
Yeah.
How's that work?
That's a really good point, actually.
That's actual, and it's actual facts.
Yeah.
Show me the La Liga game that was played on Christmas Day. Please show me.
Also,
Ever.
just want to shout out specifically all the Muslim players who are balling out right now. Benzema's going crazy.
Ramadan Kareem.
Conte, my
I'm
boy
about
N'Golo
Fiorentina.
just made his comeback to Chelsea after a long time with injuries. He's participating for Fana.
Benacer, who
Um,
scored today for Milan.
Yeah, so
Rudiger.
it's like on top of all the opposition that they're facing, they're also balling out with no food or water in their stomach. Try even just operating during a day with no food and water in your
Go for
stomach,
a run.
and you get grumpy.
Go for a run.
They operating at their peak performance
In
during
the
this
world,
time.
literally.
Exactly.
In the world. That's
So
crazy.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because we mentioned it, and I'm sure a fan would want, like a listener would want context. Galtier, who used to be OG Nice's coach, he's currently PSG's coach. The email that came out, this is what it reads: "It's a team of scum where there are only blacks and the others are always at the mosque. There can't be so many blacks and Muslims. Our team doesn't suit me." This was an email that he sent to Nice's president back in 2021. This came out earlier today. What is interesting is that Galtier currently manages PSG, and his owners and the people that pay his checks are Muslims. So it's a very, very strange thing for someone to be able to have no problem accepting money and taking a job in which he is then paid the most he has ever been paid in his career when it comes to receiving checks from a Muslim. But when there are Muslim players on his team, at the team that he managed before, then there's too many. They're always at the mosque, and the black players need to be taken out.
That's human nature though. Like,
and that's white French culture.
Caucasoid
yeah,
nature.
hypocrisy is
Yeah.
is
what's the
is
word
nothing
you
new.
use?
It's
Jacobins? No, not
Yeah,
Jacobins.
Yakubians. Shout out Jesus Amiro. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just hypocrisy at its finest. But
yeah.
that's fragile ego. You
But
know,
also why those-
racism,
yeah.
some weird superiority or maybe inferiority complex. Like they just,
Yeah.
like you don't like them, but you want to benefit from
Yeah.
them. Like if you were that radical about it, you'd be like, I'm not touching nothing that's from these people at all. Like maybe
Yeah.
then I'll be like, yo, you really got some balls.
Hey, watch this.
But
Have a team in the French league without no black or Muslim players. See how you do.
Lord.
They'll get cooked.
And why are they even in
Absolutely.
that country? Because they're coming back for the shit y'all stole during colonialism. But we can go to the next thing.
5-a-side fits.
yes, sir. Yes,
So-
sir. You already know 5-a-side. We pull up nicely, dapper, you know what I'm saying? Fly as
Sure.
5-a-side every single time. So we're going to break down what we wearing today. Sebastian, what you got on, my boy?
I got some Pumas on the feet.
Colded.
Or Sebastiano. What does Sebastiano have on?
Thank you, Eli. Sorry.
God.
Come si dice zapatos in Italiano.
Shout out to the Super
damn.
Mario
I just spoke
movie
Spanish in
that
Italian.
just came out.
That was cool.
Wait.
Well, I heard about the Mario movie.
Whoa.
What?
We're talking about Italy and he just started talking about Super Mario. Is he appropriating your culture?
I said shout out to the Super Mario movie.
Where's Mario from again?
And racism.
Mario changed the world.
Anyway, I am on the feet. I'm wearing Pumas,
Colded.
and pants are the cargos, and then AC Milan shirt for the shirt.
Rossoneri.
Rossoneri.
Kendrick.
Over here, we got Capital on the pants, Japanese brand. Look it up. On the jacket, we got the Chelsea women's track jacket because the Chelsea women's is actually performing well right now.
They are.
So
Shout out
to
them.
them. We got the braids on the head top, but you know they cooking right now. You're gonna see them next episode. That's all for me.
On the
They're cooking.
My goodness. All black Vapor Maxes. Shout out to Rascal. Shout out to F2. Well, half of the F's F2. But we're not going to get into that.
Allegedly.
Shout out to,
Allegedly.
Shout out
Wait, what?
Rascal.
I grew up on them.
And
too.
nah, for real, they've done some great things. Shout out to y'all for the pants though. But yeah, actually, the first brand to ever send me anything, period, once I started making football content. So
That's what's
yeah,
up.
I appreciate y'all.
Full circle.
But got the Puma, Ferrari, jersey. Bought this at Art Basel,
Art Basel.
in Miami.
Moving like Aubameyang.
Yeah, man. It was
Y'all
Seriously.
got that?
Seriously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
Miami, yeah.
Shout out
Check
to
out
the
our
game
game show.
Shout out our game
also,
show.
new 5ASIDE Clips channel.
Come on, tap in.
New 5ASIDE Clips channel. Subscribe. We're gonna link it below. We're gonna be putting all the clips, all of that on our new clips channel. So definitely tap in.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, just the Ferrari, black, Compting.
Milan.
Zersky.
Black
Also got on
black.
some Vapor Maxes, but these are some Air Max 97s. Got the gold on them. Very different.
Flexible.
You see the black pants, got the drawstrings on it, got the little, zips on the bottom as well. I'm wearing my Myth New York City t-shirt. I copped this at
Ooh-wee.
Canal Street Market. You know what I'm saying? Very close by. Shout out the local people there. Also, the same shirt I wore when I said Vinny was the best player in the world. He's proving it now. Got my new pearls from Chelsea Market, where I met Lupe Fiasco, which was crazy.
Market.
And you know what I'm saying? Got the braids on the head top. Shout out Mikey, Teacock Studios, Crown Heights. Josh put me on.
Nah, for sure.
Finish it up.
Hey, man. First, I got
The
to...
pants. The pants is nuts.
You know what I'm saying? Got to shout out Mifflin, shout out Atlanta, shout out Niger. You know what I'm saying? I got the dunks on, blue dunks today. I got Believe. Oh, yeah, you can't see.
Angle got it,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Some blue ones there. I got Believe in Yourself. It's a basketball brand. Shout out the WNBA. They just had their draft now.
Yep.
For
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? Shout out the WNBA, man.
Fuck with y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out Angel Reese too.
Feel me?
Shout out Angel Reese.
Shout out to New
Big
York
shout out
Liberty.
to
We coming
Angel
for
Reese.
everybody's head top. I won a
Yes,
Knicks
sir.
championship and a Liberty championship same season. It's crazy. Go.
Josh, I really like your pants, man.
Nah,
That's
man.
no
Check
facts.
out
The pants
Mifflin,
are
bro.
cold.
Shout out Rashid. They just had, the release.
Mifflin FC, right?
You know what I'm saying? They
Release
tapped
number
into
2.
the footy culture for real, so them boys is doing it big.
Absolutely.
Shout
Absolutely.
out Atlanta.
But yeah, and real
The
quick,
music.
what are we listening to right now? What's on our playlist?
She.
I'm listening to
Oh,
You know,
my Linda.
they-
a little bit
Easy.
of Coda the Friend recently.
Yo,
Yeah.
best
It's
lo-fi rapper
It's getting
out there.
warm out.
Yeah.
You know, the vibes is nice.
Sure.
Shout
So,
out
yeah,
Coda,
a little
man.
bit of Coda.
You from Brooklyn?
Yes.
Yeah, Clinton Hill.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Kendrick, what you listening to these days?
Before it was what it is today.
Daniel Caesar dropped the album.
Yes, he did. That's
he
just fire.
really?
That's
Yeah.
just fire.
Oh no.
He's I think he's still canceled,
No, I think he's back now.
but
He apologized.
it was decent. I like some of the songs. I'm not even really a big R&B person these days, but it was really good.
I gotta get you tapped in, bro.
Yeah, I've been trying to diversify the music I listen to. I somehow found, if you have Spotify, a mixed trending India 2023. I guess it's just either Indian songs, Indian songs that are trending in India, or just songs period that are trending in India. And
Kendrick, stop.
Mon Mary John by King is, I don't understand what they're
Kendrick,
saying.
stop, bro.
Because I'm trying to imagine him bumping at the at a red light.
Wait, he hit the bunker.
At the red light.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna play 5 seconds of it. For you.
That
Can you
was
dance
just
bongo,
mad
bro?
random. It was just random.
Shout out all our fans in India. Y'all are one of our most
This is
supportive
the vibe
countries.
it's starting
honestly.
with. I'm telling you, it's yeah, but we don't want to
Yeah.
for copyright. But yeah, the song is fire.
Not
Shout out to all our Indian listeners.
Moon-
Shout out to all our Indian listeners out
Sure.
there.
Shout out Mumbai, one of our top
What you
cities in the world.
Yeah,
That
what you
support
listening
us.
to?
No funny shit. Listen to a lot, but I'm on my inspirational shit. Very much about manifesting everything in my life. So Drizzy Drake has the best manifesting lyrics out there. Hit Boy's new album, same sort of thing. We're gonna talk about the 5ASIDE journey in one of our next couple pods. So definitely been on my inspirational stuff. But for the R&B, Black dropped the album. Very, very smooth. Loving what he's doing. Love everything. Love
Really?
Renaissance
Is he still
has
sad?
out here. Huh?
Is he
No,
still-
he's happy. It's called Since I Have a Lover.
Ugh.
When
So
did he
he's
drop
happy now.
that?
Ugh.
3 weeks ago.
I hate when
And-
artists change and get happy.
Yeah, right. He should be depressed and stunned.
Hold on,
right?
just wait. Yo, what's up with you, man? He said, I
hate it.
Yo,
It really
listen,
upsets me. I was a Chance the Rapper fan.
Favela ballers, Academy ballers.
The favela ballers became happy though.
Favela ballers, Academy ballers.
That's correct.
This is what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
No,
If you don't-
but
if
the
you don't get what he's
favela
saying, you don't know
ballers
ball.
became happy.
Literally.
No.
Imagine
The
the
favela ballers
weekend.
became happy though.
Imagine
And
the
they're not good
weekend was
anymore.
never sad. Imagine the weekend.
I'm a Chance the. I was a Chance the Rapper fan. I am no longer.
Oh,
a Chance
actually,
the
speaking
Rapper
of Chance, his new shit's kind of fire. He's in a different bag now.
fan. Which new shit?
No. He's been in Ghana. His music
I
sounds
agree,
different
I
now.
agree, I
No.
agree.
He's on his diaspora shit too.
I
Like
listened.
Chance is
listened.
on
I
some
don't
different
know-
stuff.
I
It's
don't know.
very gimmicky, but
I
okay.
don't know
No,
which,
his old stuff, yeah, but I think he's about to get a new bag. But we gonna see. We
I
gonna
hope
see.
so.
I don't know what y'all on,
Fuck
but
my
I'm not
music of the
okay
week.
with sacrificing these artists' happiness.
No, I agree with you. That's
for my
what I'm
own
saying, yeah.
entertainment.
I am.
And then-
Josh, what you listening to, bro?
20 minutes.
Listen, man. It's
Definitely.
getting warmer outside. I shouted out
It's hot as
Kenneth
fuck.
and the Asa Cowboys. They got a song called "Oh My Linda Linda." It's a good vibe, man. It's a warm vibes. I'm excited for summer.
Last thing, party no they stop. Hey, Zinoleski, Adekunle Gold. That Nigerian shit is fire as fuck. It's warm outside. We outside in New York. Catch us wherever. It's getting crazy.
Catch me
It's
nowhere.
the end of the
Yeah,
episode
don't
though.
catch us.
Yeah.
It's the end of the episode.
Now we about to be out.
For sure. We,
Stay well,
Can
stay
I-
well,
we
stay
outta here,
well.
man.
Hold on.
We-
Oh,
Do you
no.
want to do interviews
What?
like how we did quickly?
With
The thing that you've always wanted to do.
Oh, yeah, it's post-match interview. But let me just do an outro. So we appreciate y'all so much for tuning in, man. 5ASIDE Podcast, episode 24. We're going to see y'all on the
RIP.
next one. Definitely subscribe to our Clips channel.
Stay up,
We
stay
love
well.
y'all. Peace. Yes, sir.
So, how would you rate your performance today on the podcast, episode 24?
Yeah, really smooth effort. I had a lot of shit I could have talked, but I didn't. Keeping it real calm, cool, and collected. Got to give myself a 10 out of 10 for sure.
Pigeons are aliens. I think that was something
a
that
highlight, yeah.
you saw, you know.
Josh had the best line of all time.
When you're on the pod, is it Sebastian or is it Sebastiano that's, you know, the first thing that analyzes what's going on?
Well, so you know, when I sleep, I dream as Sebastiano.
I can't lie, I'm fatigued, you know. Like, I spend a lot of time out there fighting for my life, defending my club, defending my honor, defending my kin. And that takes a lot of energy out of you. So I can't lie, I'm fatigued. It's been a long night.
Your team will do well if they defend it like you.
5ASIDE, you know what it is. A lot of camaraderie, a whole lot of teamwork. Y'all really got on Kendrick's ass today.
You enjoyed that?
I did.
Shout out Kendrick. You know, he tapped me in for my first time, so you know I had to get ready and
Boo, nigga.
you know had to rep Kelsey real quick, and you know
We're a unit, and as a host, I'm also,
The Ring of Five.
you know, I'm a spiritual leader, you know, in the Ring of Five, and I feel like it's like my energy, you know, sets the tone for what happens, and I feel like, you know, I just elevated the rest of the group to the best of my ability today, so I feel good.